Hello, 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 hello. Excellent connection. Since when do I get an excellent connection? Really? Oh, I'm just playing around because I've had uh, a few problems. Anyway, I'm just testing everything. I've had to pull out drivers. I still don't know how I've got sound suppression on the OBS software. I put it all out. AMD's not working, but I still got sound suppression. I have no idea where it's coming from. None. My computer just does whatever it wants. I am now going to hello, Christina Kazchin. How you doing? Dana, glad to see a sense of humor in action. Got you arrested from Canada. Fresh toast. Hola, amiga. Ah, Mary Silver, what are you doing? Shouldn't you be attacking the Republican Party? Bombs. Tony MC, hello. Fresh toast. Sound is very low. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It's all working fine according to this. Look, this is the point. It's tiring. I'm tired. I don't know what to do. What up, brother? No one can hear. No, everything's fine here. The sound's perfect, so I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea why you can't hear the sound. Are you working, Mary Silver? You're such a Libran. Just can't, air signs, just can't stay off their phones. Can you? I just did a 40-minute rant, no, 28-minute. I went to go after I went to go and start to do the videos. It was, I had a few problems, but anyway, I sorted a lot of stuff out and I went to do a quick mad monk on a few issues. Then I was getting ready to get back in and all the videos I had planned for, like when I was in Mexico City and I was going to do stuff on Russia and it just gets lost because there's freaking hacking. And then, you just, well, it's just hacking. No, I get the fucking insane. Insane. Yeah, people go, oh, maybe it's just a glitch. Just like, oh God, I'm gonna just die. But anyway, so this I'm just playing around. Yeah, you can hear okay, okay. Here in Bali, Rumble is not available. Crowded surf is, yeah. Man, I remember the '70s. I knew people that used to go to Bali and they'd go on the Dole. They're on the Dole in Australia and they're all surfing in Bali. Those were the days. How about the Netanyahu's false flags in Oz? I have no. Oh yeah, with the yeah, need some tacos and cerveza, amigo. I hear you, Bond. I hear, yeah, yeah, I do. Cervezas, beer, if you didn't know Spanish. I think I'm up to 50 words. Just got to get 500. But no, 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 it's all good. I'm going to get there. Yeah, yeah, Rumble, because I can't turn off comments. And it's just, they're either my patrons making an intelligent comment or it's just raving lunatics. And I've had enough of this crap. And I just can't be bothered with them. Oh yeah, Australia. I mean, it's like, oh, for God's sake, just stop it. Just stop it. I don't even know why they do it. It's like, if you look at my UN document, I've got a whole list of false flags where like Mickey Mayon was the head of like some Ku Klux Klan supremacist group and he threatened a judge and he was head of the Ku Klux Klan. Where'd they find him years later? Where did they find Mickey Mayon, like head of the Ku Klux Klan, white supremacist? Where'd they find him? Enemy of the Jews. They found him in Tel Aviv. And he actually says, well, I thought it would be the last place they looked because, and his girlfriend dobbed him in because he admitted to his girlfriend what he'd been. I mean, it's like, oh, for God's sake, just stop it, please. Just stop this garbage. But, what do you know? All right, loud and clear. Yeah, Jim Condit used to do some really good stuff. The stuff he did on the Catholic Church turning into Masonic temples was great. I can't find it anywhere, that post. Jim, I don't know what happened to Jim. I don't know what happened to Jim. He used to be one of the very smart operators, very smart operator. That was so funny watching that interview with Eric Hufschmidt. Those were the days. Darrell Bradford Smith, Eric Hufschmidt, Chris Berlin. Those days are well and truly gone now. Well and truly gone. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just playing around and did you see Alex Jones? Alex Jones, the Onion has been stopped from buying his stuff. I mean, it's like, when is somebody just gonna? I don't know what to say. The man's on 20 million a year. I don't know what to say. A lot of stuff happening. I'd really like to make a video. So that's about it from me. Um, yeah, that is true. There's a lot of really good information, and it's not available anymore. And I can't find a lot of the I can't find a lot of the stuff anymore. A lot of stuff, but I'm glad I downloaded the final solution to Adolf Hitler thing by Jim Condit. I had a copy of it. Good old Ted Pike stuff. The what classics? Why the Middle East bleeds. The other Israel. Just classic stuff. Anyway, uh, none of your business, Bibi. Don't get too caught up in this stuff. They're just filling the air with this plan, that plan. Bibi doesn't have a plan. Bibi's going to retire, all right? And John Mearsheimer, the good Jew, is going to run around after the bad Jew, just like Christopher Hitchens ran around after Kissinger, shaking a fist at Kissinger, and they all made a literal career out of it, and that'll be the end of that. No one's going to jail. Fauci's never getting the cuff slapped on. RFK is not saving the world. He's injecting his testosterone injections and taking his peptides and all these other. It's just nothing's happening. They're not going to do mass deportations. They're going to perp walk a few gang members with tattoos and go, take that, you evil third world. That no bankers will be arrested. Lehman Brothers will not be arrested. Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, who ripped off $3 to $5 trillion from the US taxpayers and paid themselves bonuses. Remember that. They paid themselves bonuses, and none of them will be going to jail. And you can state the bleeding obvious all day, and you may as well talk. You stick your head up your ass because nobody gives a shit. They're going to sit there and lap this dog shit up all day. All day. They create the problem, now they solve the problem. The hero is here, all that stuff. However, it's a little bit more complicated than that. It's not all bad. You gotta understand, I don't care about BB per se. I don't care. I care about the end of the Kissinger and Associates Rothschild multipolar world order. That is dead. It is done. It is gone. Finished. They're cleaning up the Islamic terror network, and the US will move into the region. They're going to put bases in Syria. They're going to sit there and control the whole region, just like they're going to sit and control Ukraine. Now they've got French peacekeeper troops moving into Ukraine. Oh, getting ready. It's all getting ready. It's going to roll out like. I love when when October 7 happened. Do you know how much money I got that month? October 7, 2023? 7,500 US dollars. I repeat, 7,500 US dollars rolled in, and I wouldn't play the game. 7,500. How much do you think Whitney Webb gets? James Corbett. How much? You have no idea. Keep telling people. Why do they lie? Because they're getting paid to lie, dummy. They get to sit at home and fucking pay their mortgages and buy cars. What do you think? You don't understand how much money. It's like when I was told in 2015 Alex Jones was making $15 million a year. I didn't believe it. The 1 million, 2 million, 15 million. Oh, well, would it come out? He's making a freaking fortune. I'm going broke. The commies are coming. You got to pay me. They're coming for me as I buy another investment property and another $100,000 worth of silver. Flying first class. October 23rd. I told you, everyone said, oh, it's got Sufyan. Oh, no, it's all, Sufyan is not all over. It's all over for Hamas and Hezbollah. All right? They're dead. Hello? Ask the simple questions. Where's 100,000 missiles? Hezbollah, you promised 100,000 missiles in Israel. Oh, remember the ammonia tank farms? You better watch out. Look at my beard. Where are they? Ask the fucking simple question. What happened? Boom. There's Rala gone. Boom. The next one gone. Boom. The next one. Boom. The next one gone. Hello? Who do you think was running the entire Islamic terror fucking network? I told you. I heard about this way back in the day, 2012. Sorry, 2010, before I went to jail. And there were articles in 2012. There was a guy, a Sunni guy, saying this is all fake. Hezbollah didn't attack them. Look, there's no one even, and I think he's taken that a bit far. Nah, he's fucking 100%. I went to Iran. I saw it. It's all fake. It's all fucking fake. They come on from Paris communes, for God's sake. It's not like it's hidden knowledge. He's hanging with Rouhani's hanging with Jack Straw and Lloyd Levi for 6 years in Scotland, doing his PhD in Sharia law. Hello, Whitney Webb. Anybody? I'll take anybody. Not a soul. I don't know what to say. 6 million. All I'm going to tell you is thanks. Thank you. Thank you to the people that help. Look, I know I'm not the nicest person, but I'm just number one, mainly it's the hacking and shit they put me through. I've been using computers since the VIC-20 and a Commodore 64. I'm not an IT expert. I had friends who are IT experts. They stopped coming to my house, said, I can't help you, dude. There's something weird. I can't help this. It's changing in real time. The registry was changed in real time as I went to change it. You hacked and I can't stop it. I'm talking people that got paid $100,000 for a 3-month contract to fly around the world first class and go to a business. Okay? They wouldn't touch my stuff. All right. I can register an entry. I can do some basic command line. I can copy and paste. I look good to my mum. My mum thinks I'm a computer fucking expert, but she hates me because I got no patience for anyone. All right. I can do a lot of things the average person can't, but I'm no IT expert. But I'm not stupid. And they just run rings around me, man. They even come into my house, not lately, but they used to come in. I've told you stories. Remember Paola, the university lecturer? I mean, she does like forensic psychology. She does things like air crash investigations, man. She's fantastic. She's out in the street doing all sorts of stuff. The Italian. She gave me an interview with the Italian press. I'm waiting for a message on encrypted signal app, and I look, and it's my normal app on the Samsung phone, and it's Paola saying, "Oh, here's the interview time." And I went, "Wait a minute, that's the Amazon number. That's the Amazon text that gives me my Amazon dual code authentication." Well, what's Amazon? The Amazon is the US intelligence services, isn't it? Do you understand what I just told you? That's the shit that happens on my fucking phone. And at the same time, there's an automatic lock with a card on the place I was in for the front gate. It's got freaking razor. I love that place. My prison. It was a prison. Wouldn't open. The password been changed. It's all done online by the lady that runs the Airbnb. And she said it was changed. And the lock was open. The gate was open. I said, whose lock is it? She said, it's an Amazon lock. Do you understand? That is the shit that has been done to me. Oh, that's one. One. They love to shove it in my face. They shove it in my face. They locked me out of my own fucking router, changed the fucking password, and turned the wireless back on, and I couldn't turn it off. And I couldn't even log back in. Fine, what am I to tell you? I was just like, well, no, have you tried Linux? Like, fuck, man. But I'm going to try Apple. I'm going to spend the money and get an Apple Mini. My mate swears by him. He said that thing just chews through 4K, 60 frame per second video, man, 100 megabyte a second, like Sony, A7 high res footage, man, chews through it. Brandon, just get off freaking Windows, will you please? It's Windows, the tool. Everyone, man, these dogs. Moshi's got one. Moshi's second cousin. Shlomo's got the fucking CIA, NSA fucking toolbox. You want problems? Use Windows. Yeah, Roger, that is correct. I must be a genius, or they're all shit, and I'm just an average guy with average knowledge that used to be average on the internet, but now everyone's gone because they just hack people. People leave because they can't even get online, and they work it out and they leave, and their internet comes back, and that's it. The kids can do their homework, and the wife can download their favorite cooking. That's all they have to do. No guns to the head. We're totally dependent. The banking app doesn't work. That doesn't work. You soon learn quick. I think it's time to leave that alone or play the game. There you go. Problem solved. No guns to heads, no black helicopters, no kidnapping, no anal probing by the aliens. Done. You're done. 17,000 per month, sunshine RB. I like that. I like that idea. Think of it. Do you think Kurdistan will arrive? I don't think so. No, Turkey doesn't want it. All warfare is based on deception. Indeed. Billy Carson just blew up his grifting career. Who's that? I don't know who that is. Alan Zabrowski is still in the game. Is he? Dr. Alan Zabrowski, I spoke to. We were supposed to be doing and organizing our Israeli high tech subversion in Iran. And he said, yeah, they're very flaky. I said, tell me about it, Alan. They drive me insane. Left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing in Iran. Drives you mad. Man, I was working with government analysts. I love Mr. Passport. Those guys were the coolest guys, man. We didn't even speak. I've never been around someone where we don't even speak the same language and we're having a ball. Trust me, do you think I cried when I left fucking Tehran? I was like, fuck, I can't. This is driving me crazy. This fucking lawyer's closet homosexual rub on my back. Look, my best friend's fucking gay. I called him and said, this fucking guy's going, he's so stressed. Rubbing my back, says, dude, he's probably gay. It's like the classic gay come on. I'm like, oh, this guy's got this, he's 50 odd, his girlfriend's 25 and stunning, and he barely paid her any attention when I was there in Iran. And I just, he's going, oh, I want to take some photos. Yeah, yeah. Now turn around that way. And I'm going, oh, fuck this. No. Good for the movie. Good for the book. The editor's going to go, man, that's a bit too far-fetched. No, it's not fucking far-fetched. That's what happened. He nearly got thrown out a window. Literally. Far out, man. Oh, I can't use a library. I've got to be online to make my stuff and gather my data and watch the videos and cut and paste. Come on. I'll use a library. Jeez, come on. I know. No, I'm gonna get Apple. But I bet you it works perfectly. It's the Windows toolbox. Everybody's got the Windows hacking toolbox now. It's child's play. That's why. That's the problem. Imran Hussein. Oh my God, are you kidding? That bullshit artist pushing the multipolar world order. Isn't that all you need to know? There you go. Russia, Putin is wonderful. Imran Hussein, Israel evil, Netanyahu. Oh, Putin, the Messiah. It's like, hey, Imran, dude, he's never replied to me. A bunch of Muslim friends there, Sunni friends, would just email him. I hate him. And he would just never reply, block them. And, the guy's paid. You know, that Imran Hussein did the call to prayer at the UN in New York for 10 years. Did you know where he trained? He trained in Switzerland, Imran Hussein. Yeah. Oh. Oh. There you go. They're all the fucking same. I was there when Rouhani and Zarif turned up in Kuala Lumpur. I've got video of their cavalcade. That's when Dr. Kevin Barrett is saying, hey, well, I'm going to meet, I'll be meeting Dr. Mahathir and Cynthia McKinney's. You've got a body of work to be proud of. I'll get you, permanent residency in Malaysia. And I'm like, yeah, but what about China and the multipolar world order? That could be a problem, right? I never mention my name, right? Imran Hussein, the worst. Marcia Asteris. God, how do you pronounce your last name? Sorry. I'm just now finding out about you. I don't even know where to begin. Yeah, neither do I. From JSOC in Tampa. Hey, he probably is from JSOC. Geez, I was contacted by that. You know what kept me going was how many, they sent me their fucking IDs. Man, they're calling me from freaking air bases with Osprey flying over the top. And thank God, we put all your videos around. Everybody's got them. Thank God. That made me think, oh, well, yes, but only last 6 months, and then it's back to depression. Good stuff. Remember the killers with guns, the trained professionals. They want to run it. Would you want to run a coup or a counterinsurgency? You better have the men with guns on your side, preferably professionals. Oh, actually, I feel better just hearing that. How's that script with your friend Barry Seal? That's Roger Reeves. I don't know. I haven't heard for a while. I just let it go. I actually told Roger because he was always, I'll always be a friend. He put me in the book thanks to my friend Brendan. I said, look, maybe take that out, Roger, because it's not going to be good for your Hollywood career. Last I heard, Tarrant Egerton was going to play Roger. You know Tarrant Egerton from Kingsman, and it was going to be a 10-part Apple series. I haven't spoken with Roger for a long time. I'm Murray. It's probably for the best, and I just hope they retire in comfort and enjoy the rest of their lives. They're not bad people. Roger Reeves, yeah, great book. I edited that, but I can tell you the problems we had getting it published. They messed with the manuscript. They changed manuscripts. The first 10, I got the first 10 books. All the spelling mistakes were still in there. I said, how is this even possible? And then Roger said, oh, maybe you're just a bad speller, and laughed at me. I said, no, Roger, that's not the right one. Then it happened to him. I said, yeah, I fucking told you. he went to change the cover. And that DEAICU, I put it in small writing on the tail because I said, Roger, if you keep baiting them, you're not out of jail yet, you're getting transferred to the US. Don't bait them with DEAICU on the side of the plane. And then I did what he said, but I put it in small writing on the tail. Well, he went and changed it to DEAICU, and they messed with that on the publishing thing. But yeah, I rewrote a lot of that book or rearranged a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm very proud of it. It was a lot of fun getting that book published. It was a little stressful, but it was a lot of fun and very satisfying when you get a book published and you publish it through that Amazon printing service and you get 10 beautiful copies filled with spelling mistakes, but they say they can be worth more money. I don't even know where they are now. They're all gone. I can't find my original copy, but yeah, that was good. It was great meeting Roger in there. Talk about twist of fate. When he gave me his manuscript, I thought, oh, yeah, cool, I'll read that. And I saw meeting Barry Seal. I went, meeting Barry Seal? When I saw him out on the oval the next, I said, Roger, you're Barry Seal's boss. What are you talking about? You know, and you hop sicker, Barry and the boys. I was, what? And I'm meeting you in a prison in Western Australia? That is insane. And I wasn't even meant to be in a cashier medium security. I was a minimum security, and they tried to teach me a lesson. Anyway, that's a whole story. Anyway, thanks for reminding me about that. Go, Roger. It'll be a great. I'm telling you right now, I know that book inside out, and it's down to beautiful stories in his book, Smuggler. Like just when he was fishing, running fishing boats off Alaska, and they go ashore, and there was a deer, a bear attacked a doe, and it was giving birth to a baby deer, and they got the baby deer and they smuggled it back on the plane back, and there's so many beautiful stories in there. It's a one in a million book, really is. I mean, that's why I'm testing this. I reinstalled everything, done all the usual crap. You know what happened this time? I could get online. You know what it was this time? None of the videos would play. The video page would load up instantly and you would see it buffering and I would press play and nothing would happen. Is it script not running? Is it script like what is it? I'm going through everything. Just started doing it. Boom. 5 minutes it was working. I switched OBS on. OBS, it's all I did. I've been watching videos all day, getting it ready, putting stuff in the script, putting links into my Word doc, getting ready to go to start producing videos. And I put it OBS on. I've got my camera mounted on the wall now, and this wall mount is fucking cool. I'm loving it. And I'm thinking, yep, calm down, Brendan, get everything going, think positive, blah, blah, blah. And suddenly, voila, videos just won't play. I press the button, just round and round. It's buffered, pages load. Try another one, page loads, boom, instantly. What are you gonna do? That's that glitch. I'll get another. I'll get a different one tomorrow. Anyway, that's why I'm just playing with it now, just seeing what happens. Oh no, I can never set foot in Canada. Never, 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 never. I'd have to get. You got to understand. I need a visa. Normally, you can get an online visa to the US or Canada or whatever, but you have to just say when do you want to stay, so on, and you get an online visa. I can't even get one to the US. Can't get one, and you can't get interviews at the embassy. Do you know why I came to Mexico? It's a long story. It's a long story. I messed up a lot because of my paranoia. I just thought, my God, if I go to the US Embassy in Kuala Lumpur, see, I can apply for a visa to the US and they know I'm there. I've seen the staff from the embassy and they know who I am and the Australian embassy. And I've got pictures straight into their compound because I stayed in this luxury place. A friend of mine's in oil and gas. He said, go and start my rental. I mean, the rental, they're all Nepalese guards, salute you. It's wall to ceiling things, 5 bedrooms, a marble floor, a fucking pool table. And I'm going, shit, I'm supposed to be a struggling Che Guevara in the jungles. This doesn't feel comfortable. And I look straight down into the US Embassy and the Singaporean Embassy. Should put some pictures up. And I was so paranoid, because you have to give them your Australian passport, that they were going to lose my passport. I was like, fuck, I was a paranoid fool. I was so paranoid. It's like getting permanent residency. I was told by Mexicans who knew a lot of stuff. Brandon, go. They have a new thing. If you overstay your visa and it's to do with COVID, and you can pay 14,000 peso fine and 3,000 pesos to process, and you just get permanent residency for 4 years. And I was going, well, no, I want to try and get asylum. And in the end, to get asylum, oh yeah, good luck. The days of Gavin Seam, if you know who Gavin Seam is, when he got his, no, you got to be in Mexico City now and stay there. That's what I actually went to do. And I spent a lot of money on accommodation, and the air was so bad. I was in La Condesa. You see how beautiful that is? You never think of Mexico City as Mexico City is stunning. I mean, I thought Mexico City, but the air quality is so bad. I was dying. I had to leave. So anyway, I go in with the help of a local Mexican friend. I have my permanent residency. And I bumped into this immigration officer at the front gate because sometimes you got to line up at 6 and the line's 2 blocks down the freaking road. I didn't even know. I just walked in there at 8 a.m. and I just bumped into an immigration officer. She said, "Oh, I'm perfect English, rather attractive lass." And she said, "Oh, what are you after?" And I said, "Oh, I'm actually applying for political science." She said, "Really?" She took me in and took me to the front desk and I showed her the stuff. She said, "Really?" And she said, "It's a pretty involved process. Why don't you just apply for a permanent residency?" And that's when I said, "Okay." And I came back and did permanent residency. It took all day. I was lined up at actually 5 a.m. and paid the money and I was like, now I have permanent residency. Because I had so much paranoia. I mean, I went on a bus to Querétaro, to the city, and they were pulling people off the bus. That's unheard of. They were stopping people in the streets, people who've lived in Mexico their whole lives because they look a bit European or a bit funny, a bit different, and asking for identification. That's how strict it got. That was about a year ago. That's when I got super paranoid. So that was a big relief getting that because paranoia is my problem, big time. Oh, UN, what a waste of time. I feel sorry for. I met some people who work at the UN, and they really do try to do their best. But they say it's so corrupt. But everything's corrupt. You know, I'm not against the UN as a place for people to sit and talk, but I don't want it as the embryonic world government thinks. I just want the US to rule and do its job. Thank you, Nitrin Shatterstar. Watching you from Spain. I from Ireland. Yeah, you're getting the sunshine in Spain. Beautiful Spain. If you go back to living a normal life by converting to sin, would you do it, Brendan? Yeah, I don't think so. Not a snowball's chance in hell. If you're not paying, Shadow Broker's not playing. Yeah, buy a few burner laptops. Um, G'day, Madhu Krishna Dasa. G'day, Cobber. Again, Ashram in Germany with me friend is, eh? Yeah, just ask South Korea. What do you reckon about real reform? Nah, the UN's just look. What can I tell you? All I can tell you is big picture, everything's perfect. Everything is perfect in the big picture, the grand narrative. It's big. America's strong, the economy's strong, the military's strong. They got everyone running into crypto like a bunch of fools. I can't believe, but anyway, they're going to get all the drug money just pouring into the US. They're going to, the US dollar is going to be strengthened, then they're going to grab it all and God willing, they'll be running the central bank digital currency. Look, I'm not against the central bank digital currency. Good. What I want to ask is this: who's running the central bank digital currency? Who? That's the big question. I want it in one place, Washington, D.C., with an involved citizenry, with an app which tells us what they're doing every day and involving the citizenry. All right. It's got everything's going to be run from the United States, including the Bank of International Settlements. That's what they're going to do. Now, do they stick up? It just depends on how much crap you want to tolerate. How much crap do you want to tolerate? Because we got racist, lunatic, freak show Chabad Lubavitch right next to the president. That's a bit of a worry, isn't it? Amongst all the other crap going on and just gaslighting and just, it's the news cycle. They got to keep the news cycle. I told you that before. It's going to be 10 years of madness. Flying saucers. I mean, people are going, there's drones flying around. I'll tell you what, I got two of the suckers. I'll stick some LED lights in it and I'll fly it around the sky and everyone go, oh my God, what are these drones? It might be the aliens. Is it the Russians? Maybe it's the Chinese. Maybe it's the Iranians. They got an Iranian mothership dropping off drones. And I'm just thinking, seriously? People are falling for this? Oh my freaking God. It's infuriating. Oh, message retracted. Canada, please. No, yeah, Canada. Australia's the same. Australia's dead. I used to love being Australian. Rebellious ethnic Irish. Forget about it. It's gone. Gone. It went in 10 years. Gone. Come to London. Love to visit the old London. Love to see Europe. Love to see where so much of the modern world has come from. Would love to, but what can I tell you? Watch with this chap, Stephen Greer, with him and his boyfriend. Please, the guy's been full of shit. Do you remember they had hand scanners and everyone said, oh my God, it's come out. They did have those hand scanners to use to check your bones. Yeah, it's in. Have you watched Close Encounters of the Third Kind? It's in Close Encounters of the Third Kind, the hand scanners. What a scammer, man. As Americans tell me, only only in America. It's a very American thing, the UFO stuff. It shifted to the Pacific. Will Europe remilitarize after a century of scarce European wars? No, it's not going to the Pacific. It's all being staying right there in Washington D.C. If you haven't noticed. Mr. Coney, you're right. The report from Iron Mountain and Project Bluebeam and these recent drones. Yeah, I got a drone too. It's nothing. I'm laughing. There's a drone in the sky. Yeah, I got a drone too. I'll stick some LED lights on it. Not a problem. Have fun. Exactly the who runs it is most important. Yes, who runs it. Hi, Arsenal. Yep. What's that? Love heart. And that's a fruit. Yes, fruit is good. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm lucky alive. Flying saucers. Pray, yeah, sometimes I pray for Armageddon. I just, typical Scorpio, I just go, oh, for God's sake. I don't mind getting conned, but let it be clever. Let it be clever. Although Trump did make me laugh with Trudeau, the weirdest. How does anyone vote for Trudeau? He is the weirdest whack job I've ever seen in my life. Hi, and we will be taking your firearms in our attempts to make this. You voted for that? What the? That guy's not in a gimp suit with balls stuffed in his mouth and things coming out of his rear end. I'll be very surprised. Regardless, Trump, I mean, that's the tough talk that needs to be done. I used to say, take over Canada. Remember how much he said, America? I said, no, literally, I'm not joking. You need to just take over Canada. Block off. That's where half the friggin' assets come through Canada from the free spanky side of Canada. Kill a president, run to Canada. Want to get into the US, go through Canada or Israel. Oh, UFOs. Oh, quadcopter. It's just a big drone with some LED lights on it, please. Is that all they have to do? Stick a drone in the sky? How do you know it's just not a helium balloon with some engines on it? That'll move at 40 knots, no problem. No, just put some LED lights on it, and you're all intrigued about what it could possibly be. No, seriously, come on. Anyway, get to Ireland. Yeah, I considered it at the time, but yeah. Anyways, that's about it. I will try to do a video tonight for my patrons and get some more stuff up. And want to got to chop up K Griggs again. I mean, all these projects were in the all of these things. I mean, I've still got all my DaVinci Resolve plans to do chopping up. Putting K Griggs in a really well chaptered thingy with good footage. There was a whole range of things I was going to do, and everything's unfinished. Everything's all over the place. And well, what do you know? I feel like a Russian who just got hit by attackums. But anyway, but now the next thing is an Apple M4 Mini Pro, and I don't want to do it because I don't like Apple. But as my friend said, it's the toolbox, Brendan. It's out. It's just so easy to hack your stuff on Windows. It's just child's play. At least with Apple, look, you can't keep out any of the big boys off Apple. That's just in fact, it's worse compromised than Windows in some ways. But that toolbox that's out there, I mean, and they core code Windows in Israel, so what can I tell you? But Trump's done some good things. The rhetoric's good, but does the rhetoric match reality? Have to wait and see. But everything in the big picture stuff, in terms of big picture, America's strong, bases in Ukraine, controlling Eurasia, bases that are going to go in probably in Syria and maybe even Gaza. But the Gazans are gone. It's finished, all right? And all you people that said, oh, well, they're going to stream, Israel's finished. Everyone's left. You just don't get it. You just don't get it, all right? BB will go, and you'll hear stories that he's going to get in and it's going to be wonderful. And all these people, they'll just slowly disappear. And part of the things you do as well is when you want to calm the markets and the fact that some people have got the code to switch off your electrical grid, you may put horrible looking people in positions of power to calm the markets. They might do that, then they slowly disappear. And remember, they're not on a YouTube channel. This is how intelligence agencies work: as they manage perceptions, they manage consent, they manufacture consent, not just amongst the Trump tards or the morons and that, but amongst their managerial class as well. I'm not saying I like it, and it just depends on how much crap you want to take and how much just look out. For God's sake, come on. The gaslighting. Tulsi Gabbard, that Segath. I mean, Segath's sincere at least. It's a sincere moron. Did he really get two Bronze Star favelas? Why do I remember I heard that and I just went, he did not have two Bronze Star favelas. That is garbage. He's a garbage. He's in a complete plan. But a sincere idiot. But Tulsi Gabbard is a sleazy, sly piece of garbage. World Economic Forum little girl with her red and black suits on all the time and her little cult, groomed from a long time ago, pushing Putin and Assad and all this stuff, like straight out of the young Commissar training school, for God's sake. It's like, God, are you kidding? No greater sleazebag walks that planet than her and RFK. Her and RFK. You're welcome, Brendan Mitchell. You will make a VOD on this Habad Livovic behind I keep hearing of. Yeah. K Rings legend. Geez, those are the days. Make the North American Union. Yeah, why not? I don't care about incidental things like that. What I care about is what I care about is value systems. I care about the value system. So if the value system, the US Constitution, has to be put across the whole planet in a globalist agenda, which is actually going to put in place the US Constitution, that's the ultimate that's the ultimate end for humanity, to be free. The question is, will anyone actually follow the US Constitution? See, this is you're not running a YouTube channel. You're running a planet. There are ramifications for what you do. There are ramifications for local crowd control. There are ramifications for 300 million firearms in the United States. There are ramifications for all those people that took part in 9/11. There are ramifications for the ends of unending criminality that have taken place. Just forget about the pedophiles and the Hollywood shit for a minute and the blackmail stuff. Do you know how most people are pressured and blackmailed? They don't want to lose their job and their internet doesn't work. It's that simple. And the IRS, you mean to say people can't think? Do you seriously think $20 million a year Alex Jones couldn't have his asshole reamed by the IRS in 5 seconds flat? How did they get away with this garbage? We're going after Alex Jones. Help me, I'm being attacked by the globalists. Help me, help me. It's like as he flies first class and scoffs all this, and I mean, it's just absurd. And he makes another 20 million and gets 50 million literally in free advertising. I don't know what to say. What do you tell me? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. That it just gets more macabre every day. But again, if you don't know, go on my Patreon. Even if you pay $1 a month, you can still read the articles I write. I write some pretty good articles on there. And I explain point by point with a picture, a statement, a heading, picture, statement, a heading, to a conclusion. That's $1. It's $1 a month. You don't get the videos, but you'll get that. And I explain, and then, I've got to come on here and explain. And that's why I can't be bothered reading comments, because, people, and the straw man arguments people pull up. You said this, and I'm going, what are you even talking about? I never said that. What are you talking about? I don't even know who they're arguing with. Are you actually going to spend time on that? Well, they don't follow the Constitution. They don't have to. It's up to you to make them. Look, if you feel helpless, then you're helpless. You're a child. There's nothing more. We have nothing to discuss. Look what we've done. I'm still here alive. Do you not understand the fucking miracles I performed? I mean, fuck, I did some fucking. I'm one guy. You think I'm this connected, don't you? Yeah, I'm special. I'm special forces. Yeah. I'm one guy. I'm different from you though. Is I don't put up with shit. Don't ever fucking threaten me or my family, because I'll get you first. And then, my talk isn't cheap. I'll get you first. I don't care if you're Stephen fucking Wallace of the Finks. He ran away from me. I was going to kill him, remove him for his fucking safety. No one could ever seem to kill that prick, but by God, I was going to kill him. It's the Finks. They murder people routinely, a bunch of criminal thugs all working for the damn cops. All of them are. I'm no hero. I'm no kung fu master. But you know what? I'm tired of this bullshit. This whole world is a gigantic lie of scripted theater, infighting, inbred pedos and scumbags, and just geez, how could it get this bad? Well, it wasn't. Good people were complaining, and they lost their jobs. They were transferred to Alaska. They disappeared. They were threatened. Their windows were smashed. Their kids were followed home from school. Everybody got in line. They used narratives. Oh, no, don't worry about that crazy guy. Connolly's a nut. Look at this picture of him being a nutcase. No, no, we use Israel to buy backdoor stuff for certain places. But no, we don't use it. Yeah, just narratives. Just they can just make up any narrative they want. But you know, a lot of good stuff. I've got stuff up here on my tabs about the Chips Act. I mean, we forget about the Chips Act. Do you remember people who've been around a long time? Do you remember how I was the first? I was saying back in 2017, oh, hey, why did you put Taiwan Semiconductor 100 miles from China? You know what's going to happen. That silicon chips are everything. Control of high technology. Intel's highest research and design is in Israel, the country renowned for its industrial espionage against the United States. And I'm there going, did anyone else notice this? And I told you I had people, fucking high-end intelligence people in Australia kissing my ass. Messages from Asia and all sorts of shit. These things are handled quietly, Brendan. Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade. It's not that they dislike me. Pretty sure they stuck 2,000 US dollars in my freaking account recently. We've readjusted your bank account. We owe you money. Okay. I'll take it. Fair enough. Wish I got a freaking apple. It's not. I'm not hated. They just want me to be quiet. So these things are handled quietly. Pay me off. All right, 3.8 million. I'll take 2.8 million. 2.8 million US dollars. And I'm onto my permaculture. I'm done. There you go. Solve the problem. I don't know why you won't do it. What's $2.8 million to you? It's nothing. People think I'm joking. People actually think I'm joking. Not joking. All right. Arsenal, 100%. Brendan, you called it years ago about the national security threat from a high-tech espionage and backdoors. Thank you, Arsenal. Look, I'm not trying to brag. I'm just telling you. And I just blocked it off, and now I look good because I wasn't the first one. I just ran with it. I got it into a high-profile court case. I said, hey, great, let's go to court. Let's talk about Israeli espionage. On the record, 2010. Whitney Webb. Mr. Timmy Poole, I can't super chat. Confederado, I can't super chat anybody. I've done one super chat. That was Moore's Law is Dead, where I got a question. First time ever. Never been able to super chat since. Never. So, you think I've tried? My questions just disappear. So I can have it. Give the man a bullhorn. Yeah, Jaleel, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 10 years of Looney Croons. 100%. No fixed or patched the Mongols. Few are. You ever see the Mongols? When the Mongols, no, that was the Rock Machine. So I was hanging with the Rock Machine in Casuarina in the management unit. They were trying to recruit me. They were being taken over by the Lebanese, and they were recruiting native Australians, and they were trying to get them into Islam. And I said, if you push Islam on native Australians and get them off alcohol and drugs, which was their plan, good luck. I said, they'll crush you. You make drug dealing into a political movement, the Lebs and Islam, you'll finish. And they said, nah. I said, dude, you're done. That's the end of it. And that was the end of them. Done. They were all broken up, busted up. They teamed up with the Banditos, I think. And look, they're all run by the police. When the police decide to just get rid of a gang, the whole gang just ends up in jail. Boom, like that. You know? That's the way it is. Whitney Webb is not a liar. Oh no, she doesn't lie at all. She just lies by not telling you things. There's no point. The Whitney Webb fans. I still haven't done the video, have I? But I've got to do a defining voiceover video. Now you think, why can't I do it? I just add it to the list. Yeah, I know. I've got to get my shit together. I've got to get my shit, and I will eventually. Just when I say get my shit together, it's just getting past when things happen. I get depressed about it. You've got to just find ways around and ways to fix things. And one of them is to get an Apple. Linux is not the answer. Apple is the answer. I bet you I use Apple. I'll get a Mac Mini 4 Pro, the new M4, and I guarantee you it runs smooth as silk. Just get off Windows, they lose all their power. Because this is not the NSA doing this or Unit 8200. This is one individual, two individuals. They might, if they're not here on the internet here, like on Google, where I suspect they are, a few employees, they are nearby. and they're in a house somewhere and they're actually nearby. And once they can implant some stuff into you, they can do remote access and do all sorts. They can do all sorts of things, all sorts of things. Yeah, she just admits like, oh, I don't work for Mint Press News anymore. Sweetheart, you still got it all over your resume that you work for Mint Press News. You know, the ones that wouldn't let on about GRU, Russian penetration of Israel. The ones that forgot and wouldn't. We had dozens of people just hammering, and they said they spoke to her for 2 years. And she sounded privately, you're a nutcase, that guy's mentally ill, blah, 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 blah. That person then read my UN document, said, what the hell? Told her about it. You know what she did? Blocked her immediately. All right. Whitney Webb is not mistaken. Whitney Webb works for someone. I mean, you can't just say, I'm a journalist, and the guy who started this whole ball rolling goes years in jail, is on the record talking about variant years before anyone in court cases on the fucking police raid videos. And she's calling me a mentally ill man, just like Cynthia McKinney. You've got a body of work to be proud of. Now I'm mentally ill. While she hangs around with Robert David Steele, Marine Psych Warfare Training Officer and friend of General Al Gray. You remember Papa Bear, Kay Griggs, Al Gray, closet homosexual, bisexual, tailhook parties, General Al Gray, that Al Gray, and he's his biographer. Robert David Steele, Steele, Stone, Smith, Gold, Diamond, you know, good old Robert David Steele. Beth Ann Steele's, this is the public relations for the FBI. It's his daughter. And he's running around saying that they're kidnapping children and taking them to Mars. And so, well, he has to, Brendan, he has to say these crazy things to protect himself from the evil deep state. While he's hanging with Roger fucking Stone, who's best friends with General Jim Jones and Denology, and his son, who's also called Jim Jones, when Patrick Berge, God bless him, outed that whole thing and then on Alex Jones. And the next day, Roger Stone was on Alex Jones. No, I'm not. I'm nothing to do with it. And Berge said, it's a lie. I was at dinner with them. It's a freaking lie. He said he's had dinner with them regularly. Him and Manafort used to work for them. And they were there with Obama, for crying out loud. It's all Council on Foreign Relations, Trilateral Commission, Atlantic Council, for crying out loud. I mean, I laid it out in Rats in the Ranks, now called Traitors to Trump. Rats in the Ranks, laid the whole fucking thing, 3 parts here. It's fucking brilliant. I don't even know how I pulled that one off. It was meant to be a 20-minute video on closet, tranny-loving, closet homosexual Roger Stone, meth addict, who's hanging with Sheriff Israel, a hardcore Democrat, who's in a Chabad Lubavitch and a drug trafficker. And there's Roger Stone. There's no problem here. Ari, look, we're still talking about Ari Emanuel and Rahm Emanuel. Rahm Emanuel is Obama's chief of staff. And there's his brother, Ari Emanuel, the freaking super agent who runs the UFC, thank you, Joe Rogan, and the World Wrestling Federation, thank you, President Trump. Hello, is somebody going to talk about this? Somebody talk about Rouhani is in Scotland for 6 years with Jack Straw and Lord Levi? That's 1 degree of separation from Kissinger and Lord Jacob Rothschild. And nobody would pick that up. Not a freaking soul. Not a soul. And I remember thinking, that's just going to go like wildfire. As Bergie said, sign up, Brandon. We don't spend billions of dollars so you can get your message out. Well, man, everybody. Think about it. There's Whitney Webb. Oh, Election Guard and Microsoft. Oh, Whitney, let's talk about Rad Group and Zohar Zisapel on all the electrical grids, all the critical infrastructure. Let's talk about Israel's research and development being centered in Israel. Let's talk about core coding of Microsoft in Israel. Let's talk about Qualcomm designs and 5G in Israel. Hello, Whitney. Whitney. No. Where's Skippy when you need him? Whitney. Hello. Remember Jaleel? All day, all night. They went after her on Twitter on it. Not a breath. Oh, I'm too busy going on Jemima Goldsmith's old boyfriend, Russell Brand. Jemima Goldsmith, daughter of who? Jimmy Goldsmith. Who's Jimmy Goldsmith? Best mates with James Packer. Sorry. Kerry Packer, James Packer, and Lord Rothschild himself. Oh my goodness. The half-sister to Lady Diana Spencer. And it's just, my goodness, there's Russell Brand. 1 step away, and he's red and black. He's always in red and black. 1 step away from the Rothschilds. A couple of degrees at best. And who's Jemima used to be married to? Imran Khan of Pakistan, the president, prime minister. Belton Road, anyone? Hello, Whitney, Whitney. Isn't it amazing? Nothing to say. Got all these comments, COVID, COVID. And then you ask him, Fauci, slap the, never happening. Fauci's never having the cuff slapped on. Let's talk about critical infrastructure. It's not as sexy and as exciting as a virus. No way. How'd you go without the electricity? I don't know about you, but I got a 48-volt system, 100 amps, 1,000 watts of solar. I'm running everything right now. Every single thing in this house runs off the solar, including the fridge, including this screen, including this laptop, including that light, and including the two lights behind me and the one in front. And my internet, and the internet in the main house where the landlord is. That's on a uninterruptible power supply. And the power hasn't gone out once. Can you believe it? It used to go out twice a week religiously. I put all this in and stopped dead. I'm being very upset about it. I was going to sit here and gloat with a cigar, put all my coloured lights up and just turn it all on. But anyway. Luigi, yeah, I've got to catch up. It's, I guess we can talk about the UFOs and the drones, and we can talk about Luigi. It could be that it's a warning to CEOs as well. We're just going to blow you away. Watch your back, CEOs, because they're the managerial class too. They've got to be kept in line. They need to be made nervous. I wish someone would make Lehman Brothers nervous. I wish someone would blow their brains out. The ones that stole $5 trillion and paid themselves bonuses. We don't talk about bankers. We talk about drag queen story time and the left and libtards. Look how easy that was. How easy was it to pull that off? God. Yeah, rusty rockets. Yeah, they were going to cancel you. Oh my God, look, they're canceling me. They put me on page 2 of the Washington Post. I'm being oppressed. I wish someone would fucking put me on page 2 of the Washington Post. Marisol Jalil. Steele was there to discredit legitimate. This is the adrenochrome madness. I mean, I'm a former registered nurse, worked in ICUs and emergency departments and critical care areas. All right, adrenochrome you cannot digest via the gut. Number one. Number two, I take it you've never tried crystal methamphetamine or high quality cocaine, then you don't know the ultimate high, let alone they're doing it intravenously, crystal meth, intravenous, pure from a pharmaceutical company. But you truly believe that bullshit, that the ultimate high is adrenochrome and the blood, baby's blood? You actually believe that horseshit? I don't doubt they do crazy fucking shit. That is not the ultimate high. But they push that shit. But we could have talked about drug use and putting a shard of crystal meth in someone's scotch, like, I don't know, the former Prime Minister of Australia, what's his name? Glassjaw Rudd, Kevin Rudd, when that New York Post took him out to the strip club. That backfired on him when he kicked out the Israeli ambassador and boom, came out, he was in a strip club and groped one of the strippers one day. Boom! Let's talk about drug use in that. Jeffrey Epstein style. One little shard of crystal, you'll never know. I'll just put that straight in your scotch, it'll dissolve. And next minute, whoa, look at all these hot chicks. Yeah, she looks a little young. Nah, she's 18. Yeah, she really likes you. Maybe you should go in this room over here. You know? Voila. You know how easy it is? Drugs. Some hot chicks, drugs, or hot guys, or whatever they're into. Child's play. Child's play. People don't think like that. They don't understand. They don't understand drugs. They don't understand what it makes people do. It makes them do crazy shit, things they'd never do normally. Leave the world behind. Why not using Twitter, Sinful Goy? Yeah, Sinful Goy, I can never get to highlight the name no matter how much I try. Twitter, because I don't even show up. I put kill Elon Musk, kill and slaughter Mike Gill. Here is Mike Gill's address, blah, blah, blah. Nothing. No one screenshotted it and said, this man's mad. Look what he's threatening to kill. And then about 4 weeks later, when I'd forgotten Twitter because no one would see anything, um, I'd get, Mr. O'Connor, you've been banned from Twitter for breaking violations, acts of violence or something. You've been banned for 12 hours. Naughty boy, please come back. Fuck, just delete the fucking thing. Fucking Twitter, it's FBI Twitter. Fuck, nobody sees anything, all right? I'm just not even going to waste my fucking time. I'm just not going to waste my time with Twitter. X, what a joke. China has built the canal on the Sinai Peninsula. There is no canal on the Sinai Peninsula, all right? It's not whatever you read on the internet, it's bullshit. There's already a nice big canal, all right? It's called the Suez. Yeah, I'm being repressed. Yeah, that was pretty interesting, wasn't it? I don't know. Maybe they got hacked. Eh? Maybe they had some controller chips or a little box that was attached. Who knows? But that's critical infrastructure. That's just some of the things that can happen. Ultimate highs always lead to ultimate lows. Not if you get their pure stuff. Not if you get their pure stuff. I don't know. There's never a lot of cocaine in Western Australia. Mostly it's eastern states. You got to be really wealthy to afford cocaine. Like, it used to be like $600 a gram 15 years ago, and it'd be cut. Seriously, it's for rich people, and you cut the crap. That's why people take methamphetamine. It was cheaper to take methamphetamine and take a bottle of water than it is to try and use alcohol. And let me tell you, as an RN, former registered nurse, alcohol's far fucking worse than crystal meth. What you've got is 50 in Perth. There was literally 50 people in mental health with mental health issues who would just cause all the problems. 90% of the problems, 50 people. Once they'd get a batch of them, lock them up, it'd quieten down, then they'd get released from jail or from Greylands Mental Hospital and be on again. But they always say, oh, you do drugs, this, that. No, you do drugs because you're a fucking idiot and you shouldn't take drugs because clearly you can't handle it. Clearly you have emotional and psychological issues. God bless you. That's not your fault. And some people just shouldn't take drugs. End of story. Captagon, yeah, I've done that many times, yeah, in Syria. Yeah, it's just another form of Adderall. Dexamphetamine in Australia and England. Come on, Eileen, Dexies. Anyways, thank you. I'll get a good look. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Christmas here. I've known quite a few families here, and they got lights up, and there's a few activities on. I'm trying to socialize a little more and all that good stuff, and die a little, metaphorically speaking. Yeah, and I mean, I just want to socialize a little and lead a semi-normal life without being a constant state of paranoia and frustration on fucking computers. Anyways, but I really want to get back and do some quality stuff. I really enjoy video when you're in that creative mode and you're doing clever things and all, and you think, well, that's really good when the computer's not crashing every 5 minutes, and I'll get a few weeks off, and then suddenly it's like someone goes on vacation. That's what you forget. You think it's all the NSA. It's just one or two people, man. They can just make your life fucking hell. All right, I'm just gonna have to. But if I go to Apple, I'm not gonna get an Apple phone, but I will change to, it's my mate swears by the Apple. He just says, look, dude, you're not playing computer games. You don't need Windows. Get Apple. Just get Apple. It chews the M4 chip is just incredible. And it is. I bought an iPad, $1,600 to do all my work on the iPad, and it's fucking useless. It's a play thing. You can't do work on it, and you can't transfer files off from another thing. Oh, it went insane. That's why I'm dreading. I don't want to pay $1,000 in that and then find that's a problem. But my mate swears by it, and he says, "Man, that thing just chews. Just put DaVinci Resolve or Final Cut Pro, and it just chews. It will just be flawless. It renders super fast. There's no sound. There's no fan, and it'll fit in your damn big pocket on your cargo shorts and your keen sandals. What are you doing? Just get away from freaking stupid, useless Windows." I don't care if China is building the canal. There is no canal on the other side of the Suez. It is not happening. You can show me all the links you like. Link, 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 link. China is not building a canal. China has got its tail between its legs and can barely feed its people, and its economy is about to collapse. Stop with this ridiculous shit. It's like UFOs. It's going to be another canal. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It's just bullshit. All right? It's bullshit. And are you going to come back and hang your fucking head in shame? Show us your driver's license and your passport. And my name is Bill Smith, and I'm a fucking moron because I believe everything I read on the fucking internet. You seriously think they're going to build another fucking canal? Seriously? You seriously believe that? There's already a perfectly good canal right there in the sewers. Right there. Perfectly fine. Go and give all your fucking links, Ron. Give me links all fucking day. It's not going to change anything. Well, there's a link. We're going to build, they're going to look, my cock's so big, they're going to build a monument to my big dick. I'll write a webpage up and give me all the links, and maybe it'll be the Atlantic Council. They're building a fucking monument to Brendan's big cock. And they're going to use Brendan's big cock to borrow what? You believe everything? Do you seriously think you just build another canal? We're going to build another canal, like you just build a bridge or you build a canal. You know, just build, just build a canal. Why wouldn't you just use the perfectly good canal that's already there? Oh, you need to meet your 27-year-old honeypot. Easy straight for a time. Yeah, I'm burnt out, dude. Burnt out. The CEO was cooperating with the feds. Who knows, Jalil? I've no idea. Who knows? Of course, I'm still on Patreon. It's under every single thing. Yeah, I think Peter Thiel, MK Ultra would lead you like his boy toy Jeff Thomas, probably. I don't know. I didn't really look, but then I thought, because you're just going to get 55 different versions. I've learned this in my old age. You're going to get 65 different. It's a great distraction. It's interesting, and he's got abs, and chicks are going, "Wow, he's so hot," and it's just UFOs, blimps, fucking Luigi, the assassin. You see how shitty with his shitty silencer? So he had what looks like a Glock. Anyway, it's a semi-auto. It's not. It's this twist. It's not. Just go and watch administrative results or something, or Grand Thumb. And it was just this shitty little silencer that wouldn't even put the slide back. I don't know if you're a professional killer if you would have a shitty homemade silencer on your Glock. No, Hafer's not the star. Where do you get this shit from? Why, if you read something on the internet, do you suddenly believe it? Start with this, Ron. Building a canal to put big shipping things through is a big deal. Why would you do it when you've got a perfectly good canal that's already there? Huh? Have you thought about it? They were going to build a gigantic city in Saudi Arabia. Do you remember the mega city? It was going to be a shiny glass wall, 140 miles long. Do you seriously fucking believe that was ever going to happen? But did you believe it? Because you saw it and it had a graphic, and Elon Musk said he was going to be on Mars by 2020. Not getting on Mars till probably the end of the century, if we're lucky. But do you believe it? Because Musk made a computer graphic. Do you believe it? Because the Saudi boy toy coke snorting Sharia law piece of garbage made a stupid CGI, which said we're going to have a wall. We'll call it the wall. And then that was for years that was going to go up, and that was happening. Did you believe it? And so you believe there's going to be just going to build another canal? Why not? Because we can. Why not? Build a canal through Thailand to take the pressure off the Straits of America. Do you believe everything you read online? Can you think for yourself? It's a war for oil. It's a war for the canal. It's a war for the gas fields of Syria. No, it's not a fucking war for anything. It's a war. Who rules Eurasia? That's the only war you haven't talked about. Who rules Eurasia? Have you noticed they're talking about it now? How long have a bunch of us just been saying, hello, hello, hello? Yeah, okay, we give up. We give up. Shit, the only other person I saw was Steve Bannon for quite a long time. Bannon's sure got some fucking good rhetoric, but by God, does it fall down in real life? If only. If only, Steve. Those bankers. Ron Blevins, where's the canal? China's building a canal through Israel. You've seen it's on the internet, man. Look. It's there. It's happening now. I read it on the internet. I saw it on the TV. I saw it on the TV. Stop this bullshit. Please. Yes. It's happening. Ron, there is no new canal going in. All right? Brendan's been around since 1995 watching this shit going, hey, did you see? I saw it on thing and there's going to be this. And it's a war for oil. And I watch Mike Rupert and, the truth and lies of 9/11. And it's the CIA. And dude, I've been there and watched this shit so many times. All right? They're not building a new port or anything through Haifa. It's not happening. It's bullshit. You don't just build a fucking canal through the middle of Israel. It doesn't happen. It's not happening. It's not ever happening. Fuck. Canal derangement syndrome. It's happening now. Do you understand this? Why? I read it on the internet. Dude, what are you doing reading it on the internet? Do you know there's fucking UFOs flying over bases with their lights on? Come on, man. 10 minutes meeting with JD. Really? Tony, I was meant to hang out with Tony Abbott. Come on, boys. Tony, fit as a fiddle, boxer. Shame. Remember Brian Concannon cornered him on the street? That was the days of Australia when you could corner the Prime Minister with his friends and abuse him for a solid block and not get arrested. You got to give Tony credit, mate. He took it like a trooper. Tony just wanted to get rid of the Senate because it was an encumbrance to good government, and food security is national security. Oh, Stalin, Tony, my little Jesuit trained Prime Minister. I was to hang with him, Peter Shack, a whole bunch of people. Almost wish I would have, because one thing I did like about him is they're very focused on anti-corruption. Did a lot of work of anti-corruption, and kudos to you, Colonel James McMahon and Minister Tony Joseph Francis. You're good people. You're good people. Ron, you have been hanging around Trevor too much. Trevor! If Alex weren't a shill, he'd be shouting Luigi as a psyop. Probably. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It was a bit like COVID when it first came out. I went to run to it, then I went, there's something going on. Everyone's running for that corner. Someone always told me, Brendan, if it's all over the internet, it's them. It's a literal thing. If it's all over the internet, that's where they want it. Now, you look at my case. They won't even say my name. You know what they're doing to Mary Silver? Old Ari Hoffman's going after her, trying to intimidate her. Why won't Ari fucking Hoffman mention my name? Why is it they put Adam Green and Joseph Davies, nephew of Fred Smith of FedEx, who was contacting me, I might add, via Joseph, private photos of Fred in his home, for crying out loud? Hello, Jim Rothschild, Ron Dawson, might want to mention that. Skull and Bones, you've heard of it before? Fred Smith, FedEx? Anyway, I'm just curious. Wait a minute. Let's get back to Tony Abbott. Meeting with JD Vance in the USA. Tony, put a word in. I'm tired, bro. I want a vacation. Get the Jesuit money till. Remember, you Jesuits run everything with the Swiss Guard with the funny pants. Come on now. Let's get some of that Jesuit gold down here, if you wouldn't mind, brother. Oh, Tony. I like Tony because he's honest. I mean, Tony, you have no nous. How did you ever become Prime Minister? When they talked about the cost of living and the unemployment benefits wasn't enough, and Tony decided to quote the Bible. He said, look, the poor you will have with you always. But Tony, where's your chief of staff? Oh, you were feeling her up. Tony. Oh, well. Hey, Brendan, you see article on Tom's Hub where China's calling out Intel for having backdoors? No, they're actually saying that now, are they? Wow. It's going to come out. Should show you the article. Show you the look. Remember Chris Domas? Remember Chris Domas? Well, what's even better is, rather than Chris Domas and Godam Malak, is to actually read Project Rosenbrick's Hardware Backdoors in x86. Go and read it. And he's not just talking about the VSC3 family of x86 processors. Our research examines the VSC3 family of x86 processors. VIA, behind Intel and AMD, is the third largest manufacturer of x86 processors. Now, these, ladies and gentlemen, was all the stuff I had pinned in my tabs. I had all sorts of things, and I had my big grand opus ready to go, and it started. And now I'm a complete mess. I got crap everywhere. What was I doing again? I got all my footage when I was at Mexico City, out the front of the Russian embassy. I got stuff everywhere. Anyway, Tony with JD Vance, hey, that's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. And look, Ron, I don't mean to be mean to you, but dude, it's not happening. So when it doesn't happen, all right, no matter how many times they tell you, they're building a canal, the Chinese are coming, when it doesn't happen, will you come and say, hey, you're right? Okay, thank you. No doubt it was actually technically, that's the whole Belt and Road Initiative, yeah. No, Ron, it's not. Ron, stop. Ron. Okay, mate, whatever. Yeah, so that's good. Well, could you send me that link, Irazors, Talpiot, TALPIOT at protonmail.com. Actually, I'm having a lot of fun doing this live stream. Should do these more often. Let's get drunk. Let's do it like a Friday night. No, it's too cold for margaritas, actually. It's really cold today. Well, cold is 14 degrees Celsius for me. What could I have? There's someone who makes tequila here. Wow, their tequila is. I've never had such smooth tequila. Never. Met some really interesting people here. There's wineries, cheese makers. There's a whole organic movement. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. I had no idea about anti-corruption moves. That's why I've got to learn Spanish. Whitney said she wants to interview you ASAP. Thanks, Ray. Awesome. Oh, Whitney. They know I like the librarian look. They stole the code. What do you think? Yeah, send me that link, please. See, what happens is this, they're all in on it. China knew all this stuff. Now they're shitty because they're not getting what they want. So now they're crying and now they're waiting for the US to go, look, be quiet about that and we'll be nice and we'll give you shit. It's like Turkey. Every time they want a free handout from the US, we're going with Russia. We will, we're going to go with Russia. Can you give us some free stuff? Well, it didn't quite work this time, and they lost the F-35 engine, but I think they're going to put it back there. I mean, Turkey's making the F-35 engine, people. It's in NATO, and Hamas like to stay there in the five-star hotels. Jeez. All of it's built with backdoors. That's true propaganda, Alta. Even the damn printers, Print Nightmare. Oh, it was one of the. I saw it in 2017. Print Spool would pop up, and then bad things will start happening. And I spoke to someone and said, "There's something done with Print Spool. Oh, you're being paranoid." I'm telling you now. And they couldn't block it because it was in the damn chips in the damn printers. But look, it affected mostly corporate entities and things, but still, it was still there. Send Tony an email, mate. I'm sure we'd like to hear from him. Oh, I'd love to catch up with Tony. Love to catch up with Tony. Look, I like Tony. Tony's a bit of a neocon, not quite my politics, but at least he was honest. Tony Abbott was honest. And I heard some interesting things about him and Josh Frydenberg. They were best buddies, and him and old Joshy, that was it. Josh, why do you hang around these strange bearded people? And then not even Josh Frydenberg will hang around him now. Did you know they didn't know? No joke, not even Josh Frydenberg, little white shoe boy. People say, I'm sure it was his chief of staff contacted me and said, why don't you like Josh? Why is he? And it's like, dude, it's nothing to do with his real or imagined Jewishness. It's fucking him and the white shoe brigade, blah, 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 with their big fucking mouths who've never had to go without in their fucking lives with their private schools. I don't fucking like him, the white shoe brigade. That's what I don't like about him. His real or imagined Jewishness never entered my head, ever. But I heard some good things that they went, that's why you've never seen a picture with Joshi Frydenberg around Chabad Lubavitch. But he went to the same Jewish day school as Ben Zigier. Remember Ben Zigier? Josh. You were in Albany when I was in jail. Yeah, Albany Max is the best maximum in WA without question. Send a link for donations. Sure, it's usually below every video in the things. Yeah, send it over, brother. I'll take it because I got to get an apple. PCP Friday, keep it alive. Yeah. I love Training Day with Denzel Washington, Ethan Hawke. Fuck, that movie's good. Do you want to know how the drug trade works? Watch Training Day, Ethan Hawke, Denzel Washington. Boy, did he deserve that Academy Award. Actually, they both did. I think he got Best Supporting, Ethan Hawke. I can't remember. What a movie. That's the reality of the drug trade. Right there. That is literally a documentary. And of course, The Departed, where, Jack Nicholson is protected by the feds. That's the way the freaking whole game works. We think about Trump's promise to mass deport. It's never happening, Matthew. They're never mass deporting. What they're going to do is do perp walks, tattooed up freaks. They go, look, we're getting rid of them. We've got a whole plane load. And everyone go, yay, yay. And that'll be the end of it. Then they'll move on to the aliens or the drones flying over the sky. Or Luigi kills someone with his dick and pulls his dick out and swings it around with a pink and does a dance and sings It's a Long Way to Tipperary. Whatever. It's just going to be madness. It's going to be one news thing after another. World War III, World War IV, alien invasion, syphilitic space monkeys invade, everybody dance. It's going to be crazy for 10 years. That's it. Not going to be mass deportations. Why would they? They've already said they're getting rid of the criminals. All right. They are there for a reason. It's demographics, it's for the economy, and they need wage slavery. There you go. So what do you got? 4 million? Some say 7 million. I mean, I'm right here in Querétaro, Mexico, watching them walk through towns, vast caravans. No one's stopping them. They're on the fucking trains. I've flown over with my drone. I've got footage of the drone. They're all jumping off, and I was chasing them for fun. Then I thought, that's a little bit nasty, Brandon. And I don't have a visa either. I actually went, well, people should follow the rules. And someone said, actually, you don't have a visa either. I went, oh, shit. It was a very funny moment. Ah, shit. But, the original ones that came up during COVID, that was bad, man. They were skinny and they had 1,000 yard stares, and my heart was broken for the poor bastards. They were doing it tough. Then it got very organized. It was very organized. They knew where to go. They made it was so dangerous. No. The topic of self-replicating nano. I don't believe any of it, Ryan. I literally don't believe it's true. I believe it is a load of crap. Look. You got to understand. It's my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right, but I just go by my gut, and my gut says forget about it. All right. Look, when they do scientific papers, here's a scientific paper, Brendan, and like I know you got to be very careful. They plant stuff all the time. Any half-wit can get a paper planted. All right. I'm just saying, whatever the truth is, and maybe you're right. I have no interest in it. I believe it's all bullshit. They just put this stuff ready to go, like COVID, and they said it was 666, and Bill Gates had this thing. Oh, how convenient! All these PhDs in virology and genetics, and they're sitting around doing nothing, and they had free time to find all this stuff. Or what else good? Do you see how they just keep people constantly distracted? Now, when did you see critical infrastructure really push? You're seeing it now. Have you read my story? I will link my UN document below. Go on my Patreon for $1 and you'll get the written articles at least. And you go and read my fucking UN document. That is incredible. I sit here and go, did that fucking even happen? I can't believe this stuff. It's a fucking movie. It's a comedy. Divine comedy. You've never heard of me. Back then was just 5 times a day. I had to reinstall the operating system. It was bad, 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 bad. It wasn't Jews. Do I have to restart it? Okay, it's buffering. I don't know. Anyway, that'll be enough. I was just really having a lot of fun there for a while. Now it's all over, is it? I was really enjoying myself. Um, yes, talk about Wi-Fi being worse than 5G. I'll keep going until something says it's going to stop or something. I don't know. Yeah, I was panicking because I'm really sensitive to Wi-Fi. I feel nauseous. I feel ill. I can't think. My head's freaking cloudy. That's why I'm having to use wireless, but I'm running cables across the roof all the way. The wireless is right over there near the window, the extender. I just don't want it near my head. And I was really worried about 5G and but it took me about an hour to work out all the millimeter wave studies, which showed it was physiologically affecting people, were all on 3G and 4G. I said, did you read? That's 4G. You're using it right now. That's talking about the physiological effects of 4G and home wireless. Dummy, that's millimeter wave too. Right? Sub 6 gigahertz, definitely. I can start feeling ill, and lo and behold, I'm in a 5G area, and it's not my imagination. Sub 6 gigahertz 5G is definitely probably, I don't know, I think it seems to be worse. It affects me worse. But 28 gigahertz, bring it on. Bring it on. I want it everywhere. I want it in my room. I want it in a house. It's totally harmless. You get super fast speeds. No more of that shitty lower frequency that's passing through your body. Right? It can't pass through a piece of paper. And no matter what do you see how it's gone now? 5G, 5G. And it's like, oh, it just disappeared. Now we've moved on to the next one now. You noticed? But yeah. But other fields, EMF, absolutely. It's proven physiological effects, memory formation, nausea, mood, and who knows what else. Who knows what else? But it's usually about proximity to your body. So the further away it is, the easier. But yeah, it affects me. It's not my imagination. I know it affects me. Yeah, it's worry. Absolutely. Well, the F-35 is just a technology transfer, really. Jared Kushner is his father, ambassador to France. Maybe it's a joke. I think it's a joke because Trump hates Macron. Donations, brother. Oh, you're okay. Donations. I don't know. Oh, you want me to put it in here? Sure. What do you want? What's up? Bitcoin, diamonds, gold, whatever you want. Oh, I'm starting to have fun. I really needed this. This is good fun. What do I need? I need my documents. What's happening, Microsoft Word? There you are. Let me go to open the file. And I want standard links. Let's go to standard links. Let's go to, yeah, where are we? It's all the way to the bottom. Yeah, you got to keep, I give you my bank account. I take $1,000 minimums. $1,000 minimums. Definitely. I make plenty of money, by the way, people. I got more than enough money to survive, but I wouldn't mind a $1,000 Mac Mini M4. I want the M4. Or you can buy, I don't know, buy some dick pills off Alex Jones. I have Bitcoin. I haven't had Bitcoin for a long time. Man, I missed the sound of that tinkle when I opened the app. That was quite a thrilling experience. Anyways, Patreon video 104, the Antichrist, Trump, Israel, Syria, Ukraine, and the new multipolar world order. That's the new video which I tried to do today, which didn't quite happen. Oh well, such is life. All right, Matthew, yeah, I want to see the Big Apple. I want to see it all. Kerry Lake ambassador to Mexico? Really? Wait a minute, Kerry Lake's, who's she again? I've forgotten. Isn't she the one from Arizona? I can't remember. What flavor does the wormwood give the tequila? That's a hard one. I'm not. Oh, you're directing that to someone else. Okay. Yeah, so many people said, please don't become professional. Please continue to rant. Yeah, I know. Um, yeah, God and the devil are trolling us. That's right. Yeah, it all came back. I don't know. Maybe someone went onto Netflix in the house. It's shared with a bunch of other people. Um, yeah, take to complete the intro. Bless you, cover. Take care. Appreciate what you do. Good on you, mate. Yeah, I heard an Australian accent somewhere when I was in Mexico City. I went, that Australian accent? It's like weird. It's truly weird. Man, there are so many Americans in La Condesa in Mexico City. I laugh and the Mexicans are complaining about all the Americans in Mexico City. I'm just laughing my ass off. It's like Americans are complaining about the Mexicans. But yeah, Mexico City, someone from Australia, it's beautiful, man. There's huge parks there. Huge parks. And like La Condesa is just stunning. But the air, it's, yeah, bad. Yeah, the 5G, yeah, I think I have to switch it off in the phone. I will. I'm ready to host you whenever. Yeah, I'd love to come to the big. I want to love. My friends all traveled the world for since the '90s, when backpacking was real backpacking, no Google Maps, and really weird. Like they've been all over, speak fluent languages, and they all said America. That was what they because they said it's so varied. You got shitty places, but there's just beautiful part. There's just beautiful places, and standing in New York, and you just feel the throbbing energy and. I guess that's where that incredible document was made, and I guess they have to infiltrate it and take it down as soon as possible. Amazon wish list, yeah, sure, that's a good idea. No more multipolar world, or it's just going to be a side. Nah, I understand where you're coming from, Dawn, but I don't think so. But yeah, it's very disheartening. Some of the pics and stuff, you just say, oh, come on, they're trolling us. But there's complications. Like Israel is a geopolitically strategic area. They need it. You know, there's games to be played. It's just a question of trust the plan. How far do you want to go? So if they make Ted Bundy the children's child protective services, I mean, did we accept that? Oh well, trust the plan. It's not perfect. Where do you want to cut it off? Habad Lubavitch should be gone by now, preferably to the bottom of the sea. Two-time loser Carey. That's interesting. Yeah, very interesting. It's pretty bitter, however. It sparks up the turn. Oh, right, that's the tequila. Is Hezbollah finished? Yes. Lebanon's going to be free. Look, you got to go there. You think everyone loves Hezbollah? That is a fucking lie. Not even all the Shia like it. Hezbollah have all the jobs and all the money and all the drug money. I might add, out of the freaking Bekaa Valley and other places. It's all drug money. All the weapons is all drug money. All of it. All of it. All right. They fucking hate Hezbollah. You would be really surprised. I can't even believe Lebanese aren't killing each other. It's amazing that they all basically get along. Basically, but everyone wants Hez out, everyone wants Iran out, and the sooner they're out, the better. Look, it's very easy to sit here and criticize, man. When you go there and see desperate, man, I saw Syrian 12-year-old girls, 10-year-old girls begging for alcohol in rags. I can't stand to see stuff like that. And we bought her some food and stuff, and it was just, fuck. People were selling their stuff on the sides of the road. That was 2017. February 2017 when I was there with Sufyan. It's heartbreaking. Lebanon could be beautiful. It was the Orient. And you ask simple questions. Why doesn't everyone blow up the Skull and Bones WASP University, University of Beirut? I mean, if you wanted a target to blow up, it's that. When did they last do it? 1992? Something like that. It looks like they get angry when I talk about certain things. I just sent you the link about China and Israel. No, Ron, I don't even look, Ron, I don't care. I'm sorry to break it to you. I'm sorry, I don't care. China will be building a big dick monument. Look, dude, I want you to, let's just say, who knows, maybe you're right, Ron. But did you ever consider that just because you saw a fucking link, remember when Saudi was building a wall, a glass wall, 120 miles long? Do you know how many times they put that in the news? And now it's like everyone's forgotten about it. It's not going ahead. Hello? 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 Do you understand? You don't just build a canal because you feel like building a canal. It's not happening. The Billy Cousins, the latest turd on both sides. Audio is fine for me. That's great. I think they will eventually retreat into Astana. Well, the Hasidim may definitely retreat into Astana. The Hasidim. I used to think that was just a convenient back end to the invasion of Ukraine, but I actually think that was in the top three. They want to get rid of the Hasidim out of Israel and the United States. I think they're going to dump Chabad and all the Hasidim over there. Sorry, Ukraine, if you haven't already suffered enough, and dump them out of Israel, and they'll turn Israel into a secular state. It's going to be a secular state. I can't tell you the time frame. Certainly you'll hear about it within the next 5 years. You'll hear about it. Good spark cleansing. You take a few leaves and eat before tequila or wormwood tincture shot of tequila. Yeah, I must admit, I have come to really like tequila. I don't drink that much, but maybe once a month. But man, they had the heat dome here in Querétaro, and it was so hot. And I had my first margarita, and I had five. I couldn't stop drinking. So these are delicious. The salt on the thing. Why didn't someone tell me how delicious margaritas were? Oh my God, I can't believe I was missing this. You were, Ashley, you were definitely missing it. Check your mic wire. I don't know. It shouldn't be. It should be fine. Everything's working perfectly according to you. I don't know. I don't know. Listening in from Phuket. Great to see your voice out to the masses again. Thanks, Matty. Matty V. Phuket. It's not Matt B. Yeah, I went up to Thailand and beautiful. I got some friends up there, but I did not. I saw the guy must have been 70s, big fat guy, like German with this. She looked 18 maybe, and I just felt, I don't know. I can't handle it. Just don't like it. Why you've been allowed to live and post? Ego is a blinder. Have you considered why you have been allowed to live and post? I don't know. Why not? Have you ever considered that no one's seeing this? Do you understand that posting online is very different to politics? If you ever wanted me to get you deleted, is the people that say, "Why are you still alive?" Which usually means you said kill all the Jews one day and then got banned, and now you're upset, wondering why you're banned and nobody else is. You need to understand that I can't answer people that say, "Do you ever wonder why you're alive? You must be working for the Illuminati." I'll tell you what, because I own the biggest espionage case in history, and I am protected by people who told me to my face, "Brendan, these things are handled quietly." Do you understand? And I said, "I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. You called me a Nazi on the moon and destroyed my career." And they were bringing me in, okay, to some very high level players. They wanted to recruit me because you believe everyone is evil. They're just stupid and they don't know. You can't believe that people just don't know. They don't know. Like Josh Frydenberg never knew who Chabad Lubavitch were because Chabad Lubavitch go, we're nice people. Oh, we love everybody. So Josh went, yeah, great. Because Josh Frydenberg never had a fucking chief of staff or the staff to go and look up Michael Hoffman of revisionisthistory.org or just type in Chabad Lubavitch, racist lunatics, and they'll find other Jewish community groups complaining these people are criminal, drug trafficking, racist lunatics. And when he found out via me and other sources, guess what? Josh Frydenberg's no longer an idiot. Is anybody lining up, besides Donald Trump, to be seen with Chabad Lubavitch these days? Anybody? They're going to dump Chabad in Ukraine. That's where they're going. No, it's not Supreme Local. It's not Greater Israel. It's what you think is not happening. It's not going to be Greater Israel. They don't have to make Greater Israel. There's just going to be peace and a couple of giant US bases there. It's a hub. It's all about data and AI. Literally, I'm going to tell you, it's all about data is literally the new oil. And this is the race for AI. Once you understand artificial intelligence in its real form, not its retail shitty form, in its real form, and once you understand that quantum is coming, it's coming. It's all garbage. It's all a lie. AI is a lie. Wait till it gets here, all right? You're watching the retail shitty end. You're not seeing the real end, the DARPA end, and that real hardcore stuff. You're not seeing that. Wait for that to come. And when it happens, it will either be a blessing for the human race, and I'm simulating the universe within a supercomputer, which you can do just incredible things. They could simulate coffee. They could simulate the action of coffee in hot water in 2010. That's all they could do. That's how hard it is to simulate the universe. Well, I promise you, when it comes, all the naysayers say, oh, it's all bullshit, it's all hype, and it's all garbage, it's just an economic stimulus. Well, I guess it's better than war. You're going to find out. You'll just got your shitty chat GPT end. It's either going to be a blessing and we're going to get material science and incredible new technologies that will actually benefit the human race, or it's going to be the sweet death of a fentanyl death. We're going to sweetly go to sleep as we're just pushed into a lot of high tech, a lot of beauty, a lot of wonderful things. Suddenly, all these problems they keep telling us about are going to disappear. Suddenly, they've increased food production by 25 times in some area. Suddenly, they've found all these new materials and science and all the stuff they've stashed away for 70 years, some of it. 100 years, basic Tesla type stuff, and just even fuel injection systems that I've seen with my own eyes, Wayne Glue, and Ralph Sarich of Orbital Engine, for those from Western Australia with a memory. I know all about that stuff. I used to know the head engineer really well, went to school with him. And all it did was heat up and vaporize the fuel, cool down the air at the same time as it vaporized the fuel, and a special injection system. And they were getting 70 miles to the gallon plus out of a 2-liter engine. And that sucker could move, 2-stroke engine. That was in the 1990s. Man, the German Panther tank had gyro stabilized main gun, infrared, night vision thermals. Man, America didn't even have a tank to its standard for 10 years. That's what the Germans were pumping out, let alone all their other. Man, they had infrared guided missiles in 1942. And Albert Speer sat down with Hitler and said, what are we going to do? V2, ME-262, the infrared guided missiles. And he said, go with the V2. Then he said, go with the ME-262. And they left. Otherwise, they would have had infrared guided missiles in the early to mid 1940s. Think about that. I have to restart in my streaming software? What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. Oh, I don't even know. Apparently, I have to do something, and I don't know what I have to do. It says YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. It says it's going to stop soon if I don't restart it in the OBS. I don't even know what that means. What do you do? Stop streaming, then start streaming? I don't know. Hour and 34 minutes. I don't know how this works. Anyway, maybe we should. Israel is, yeah, Maximum T. Israel is the second eye of the Five Eyes network. I mean, just that. Do you remember I made a joke about it in the video with little panda bears dancing and stuff and Winnie the Pooh? Because it's like, hello, we're the second eye of the Five Eyes network and we're best friends with China. And the Five Eyes was contain China. I mean, do you realize the fucking absurdity of all this? It's fucking absurd. And do you realize in Senate hearing committees and congressional committees, they're going to have hearings on this and ask the $50 billion intelligence community, hello, how did you allow this to happen? Have you thought about that? Have you thought about that? That's why I love it when they call me insane, mad, no one can work. And that's great. So a mentally ill guy did what $50 billion a year Intel couldn't do. Wow, think about that. You don't know how big this is. It'll come out. It's the only thing that keeps me going. I just want to stick around for the movie, take my popcorn. That's all. We're already near cyborgs. Yeah, the anti-communist convention group. No one ever talks to me. It never happens. There's literal groups. Whole job is to go around saying that guy's mad, and they've cut out certain segments where I'm losing the plot. See, look, he's crazy. You can't work with him. Look, he's mentally ill. Or look at this article. He threatened to cut someone's head off. Isn't that right, John fucking Swin? I haven't forgotten you, but one day I'm going to catch up with you, buddy. One day I'll be catching up with you. Don't worry about that. Yeah, look, Apple. See, I hate it. I don't like their ecosystem, but I've had enough of this M4 chip is next level. I played with it on the iPad and I'm just, geez, this thing's incredible. I mean, I'm doing on Final Cut Pro on an iPad. I'm doing background removal at, background removal at like 8 frames per second. Now it's not fast on a 4080, on a laptop 4080, that was happening at about 30 frames per second. On a 7950 16 core processor with a 7900 XT, it was doing it at about 60 frames per second. I'm doing it at 12 or whatever it was on this little tiny iPad on this 4050, which admittedly is a low end laptop, but it's still a laptop. It's doing it at 3 frames per second. And that's what you can do with this tiny thin M4. It's like, fuck, it's incredible. That thing. I mean, there's no doubt about it. That M4 hardware, that chip is amazing because that's all it was designed for creators. That's it. It's not designed for gaming. It's just designed for creators. That's what you do it's not magic. If you spend $250 billion like they did with Apple, they got all the best Jim Keller, they got all the best people from ARM, and they created that M series chips for Apple. And voila, that's what you get. You get an amazing piece of hardware, and it's amazing. But I don't like their ecosystem. I just don't like Apple. The way they cram people in, they rip people off, they overprice. But the Apple Mini 4 Pro is, I think, here in Mexico, by the time you pay all the import tax, it's around 900 US dollars. But wow, what do you get for 900 US dollars? It's freaking, like my mate says, that thing's silent. It sits there. It's a little desktop, and you choose. It's like it chews through everything. Every possible codec, every possible, you name it, it chews through it. That's what it's designed to do, and it does it. So I agree, and I will have to do it. In fact, someone should pay me from Apple, and I will. I've got all my stuff collected of all the hacking. I've got screenshots. I've got video, and then I will just show the Apple working perfectly every day. I'll do an ad for Apple. I hate them, but I'll do it. Dan Farrell, yes, I did sort out my solar power system, 48-volt systems, working perfect. I'm running everything right now. All the light you see is all from the batteries. My four in series, 48-volt in series, 100 amps. So I get, runs my fridge, runs all my lights, runs the monitor, runs the laptop, runs everything. I can cook with it as well. I got a big 10 gauge extension cord, big thick 10 gauge, and I can cook with it. The fry pan, I don't tend to though, unless it's an emergency to buy some water. But I'm running this whole place now, and I've been waiting for the damn power to go out, and the power won't go out after going out every week, twice a week minimum. Not once, not freaking once. I mean, so pissed off. So pissed off. Look, I'm telling you now, man, get into solar. It's very satisfying. I've said a lot. It's quite nice. And I had to read and I watched and, I had to watch a lot of YouTube videos. It was really good to do. And, you know, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Second eye is covered or the blackout. Yeah, Apple. Grab plenty of snacks. Sure do. Jason from Crowdsource the Truth mentioned II operations and Patrick Berger. I told him to talk to you. He said, I have negatively. I I didn't never talk to him. He sent me mean to him at all. I don't know what he wanted. He sent me his entire case against George Webb, and we appear to have lost the signal. We have lost the signal. It happens. Hello, 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 hello. All right, yeah. I was ended up in Switzerland. It had disconnected and gone from the US to Switzerland. So I was having trouble. The VPN was. I just put it back on the US. Fancy that. That was very nice. Thank you for putting me into Switzerland. World Economic Forum Proton VPN with your RAD group routers, Israeli routers. Jason is a hoot. He gets so angry walking around New York City. Yeah. No, I spoke to Jason Goodman. I'm neither here nor there with him. He sent me his legal case against Joel Webb and said, keep it to yourself. And I did. I never heard from him. So that was it. I haven't done anything to him. I've always thanked him for exposing Robert David Steele. Thanks very much. And Roger Stone. I don't know. What's that? Hello, hello, fellow hombres. I never got to interact with. I wish Spock would go live. Yeah, well, maybe I'll do it. It's just half the time it doesn't work, so I get frustrated and just can't be bothered. I used to get so freaking angry and so frustrated. Uh, he's in the anti-communist group. Yeah. Any other Oz New Zealanders? Yeah. Vime in Canada. Well, nothing else. Pocket size is competing with the new Mini or Pro. No. It's amazing. Look, if you know, it fascinates me technology, and that Apple chip is just next level. It's just next level. Although AMD is catching up with the new Strix endpoint is pretty good too. It's going to have like 4070 Ti performance in a single chip, GPU, CPU. But you're still pushing. But look, they designed the chip from the ground up for creators. That's why you can't play hardly any games. You can play the odd game, but that's what it does. You're video editing, your Photoshop, you get Apple. End of story. End of story. E. Michael Jones. Yeah, I know E. Michael Jones. We were going to do an interview, and all he wanted to talk about was that the Jews made him watch porn, and he didn't want to talk about critical infrastructure. And said, "What the fuck's the point of talking to you?" I find him. Look, it's interesting. He's not wrong. It's academic-y type stuff, but he's just so caught up in his own bullshit world. I have no interest. Never trust a man in a bow tie. Most people don't ever come face to face with pure evil in their lifetimes, and if you actually do and are forever changed by it, keep being kind to yourself, Brendan. Always feel great. Joy to see you. Thank you very much, Debbie. Oh, he's obsessed with George Webb. Yeah, well, they did some funny things with that ship and that tall of an explosive device on a ship. And what was going on there? MWT, thank you for all you do. Thank you very much, MWT. You getting the drone thingy down there, Brandon? No, just my drones. For a giggle over Christmas, maybe I'll do it. Oh, damn, I didn't get the LED lights from Amazon. It's too late now. I won't get them in time. And I used to have a Mavic 3, an Air 3, and a Mini 4. I've still got the Mini 4 and the Air 3. And I sent the Mavic 3 to Lee because he does professional photography, and I just wasn't using it. I got him because I was going to do photography business, and then I couldn't get the commercial drone pilot's license because I wasn't born in Mexico. Anyways, a lot of shit went down. I didn't just buy them for fun. I had a plan, and yeah, maybe I'll stick some LED lights and play Jingle Bells or something. I really want that Mavic 4 Pro with that new Hasselblad. It's going to be stunning, stunning. Have you been Dragon Man's YouTube channel, War History Museum in Arizona? No, I don't know. And you in touch with Juxtaposition? Nope, don't know who that is. Things REC 40 cities and technocracy at your level? I don't know. But look, everyone's discussing. If you want to impress me, find me someone who's out on the street. If they're out on the street, I'm impressed. Otherwise, I just don't care. Talk's cheap. Aren't we all sick of talk? Show me someone out on the street. Look what Lee's done. Look what Mary's done. Look at the views they get. It's heartbreaking. Where are the interviews? You mean to say that not one person who's sane, it's all wacky people have contacted her for interviews, not one person has decided to contact Mary Silver for an interview? Can you believe that? Can you believe that? That's the internet. That's all you need to know. Look what she did in 8 minutes in front of the Republican Party in Seattle. You know that Seattle is like military industrial complex center with Boeing and a whole range of things there, second only to California. She's right there in front of the damn Republican Party doing that brilliant presentation. Where they must have been lining up to say, Mary Silver, you're incredible. Let's do anything. Not a fucking soul. Semi Bird, all these Green Berets. Oh, well, we're out for lunch with the head of Microsoft Physical Security. There you go. Oh, I know nothing. What do you make of the guy who shot the CEO and his manifest? No idea. I haven't really looked. It could be interesting. I just got to get my stuff going and do videos. I even wondered, he's shitty. Look, put it this way: he's not a professional assassin because he had a shitty homemade silencer and his Glock or his semi-automatic pistol wouldn't refeed the round. He had to keep banging the thing back in. So it was a very, very piece of shit. Pros have professional level stuff. So it looks like it might have been a homemade. Um, and because they're very hard to get. It's very hard to get a silencer, but it's unusual. It's definitely unusual, and it came great timing. And I'm certainly not sorry to see a piece of shit from the healthcare industry go down. And I like you get a Grand Thumb, which is a huge YouTube channel, did a whole thing on it. It's got millions of views, and they were laughing about it. They got an anatomical body. They're very expensive, and it mimics the human body. And they were blasting it and laughing. They were laughing about shooting the. So it's not just the lefties laughing about shooting. Look, I'm just glad a CEO was shot. I just wish it was Lehman Brothers or J.P. Morgan. Thieves, bandits, casino operators. Why is it always a bunch of school kids or some poor single mum at the freaking mall I saw get shot with that AR-15 the first to die? I think she was eating a donut, just boom, boom. She's dropped like a stone. I said, God, at least those assholes are getting shot. And I'm telling you now, people are stoked. So maybe that's a warning to the CEOs. They're a management group, remember? Could have been a warning for that. Who knows? Should we spend all week thinking about it? Or maybe we should get some of the Lee's flyers and go and hand them out. Don't know. But yeah, it's interesting. It's unusual. It's an unusual way to go. And I'm pleased to see it targeted. Pleased to see it targeted. I hate to say that. I don't mean to be mean, but look, if you're going to be an asshole, at least shoot the right fucking people. For God's sake, leave the sap mortgage paying middle class alone, please. Just leave the poor saps alone and go and blow up a train. Go and blow up Bill Gates, for God's sake. Will you please? Just leave the middle class alone. Look at UFOs. Like, I just watched one debunking of all that UFO stuff. They're laughing at people. It's a duck. It's a duck from an F-18 latched onto a duck. And you can see the duck's wings flapping, and you can see the parallax effect. Oh, it could be a UFO. Then they had something going over an Iraqi base. It's clearly balloons from a celebration with streamers. And they said, oh my goodness, what is it? You do understand they're pulling the piss and laughing at the morons. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. Flying saucers. Oh God, I'm just going to blow me top. You would be terrific on the Kim Iverson show. Oh, please. Yeah, in the bikini days. Oh, Kim. Ooh, she's a bad, simmering Scorpio. She is very receptive to being contacted by her email audience would blow away by her. Listen, I can't get in touch with anyone. No one has me on. The moment I contacted her, she'd have 50 people whose job is to pounce and say, here he is screaming, he's crazy, he's a nutcase, he's threatened to cut people's heads off, look. And that's the end of that. They have whole teams, hit teams running around. Seriously. I like it. I like being the outsider because one day I'm not going to be the outsider and this is coming out. And you are going to have a prime example. And how come I never heard of you? Welcome to the world of interactive internet activities. Welcome to the real world. I kind of like it. If Fox News suddenly called, I'd feel weird. Like, hey, what's going on? All right, what's going on? Someone linking it to Pelosi. I don't know. Who knows? Look, you don't know. They're going to have 50 different narratives. They're having narrative competitions at the NSA. You know all the puzzles. Listen, I was contacted by. He said I don't believe it's his real name. If it was his real name, I wouldn't say it. I was first got back. I was contacted. The first people, guess who? John McAfee, the John McAfee. I talked to every day for a while. And someone from Hawaii. And he said, hey, a bunch of women I work with think you're hot, a man on the run and all that. I went, okay. I wasn't feeling very good at the time, so it didn't make me feel any better. And I do puzzles. He said, part of your problem, I'm in Hawaii. So guess where, I can tell you right now where he worked. He's NSA. And he said, you need to do more puzzles. You need to do intrigue. People respond to intrigue. You got to draw them in with a puzzle, like a Hollywood movie. We do puzzle stuff. We do a whole range of things. And I thought, oh yeah, look at it, all makes sense. And he said his name was Brian McEwen. And then all the Q stuff popped up. I absolutely believe he started the Q stuff. Then he lost control of the Q stuff. His little team. His top 20 in the Dow and Nasdaq. It was Eric Prince commercial. What's this? Actually, his company is like the largest market cap. What's this? Just keep asking Mary. You have to be very assertive with me. It's like actors. You're going to do a lot of auditions and get a lot of refusals in the process. Dawn Merritt. Then there was Zach on his Twitter live with small audience. Zach Iverson might. Ooh, what a thrill. I mean, I was on Lebanese. Why is it the Lebanese? She was brilliant. That was the best interview ever. The Lebanese lady, when I did El Mayadeen, they interview Hezbollah, they interview Nasrallah. That's a Christian who runs that. And she did a brilliant job. She kept me on track, and it was just, I was on my best behavior. I had plenty of coffee. I wore a button up shirt. And I was speaking with Malaysian immigration, and they rang the Lebanese embassy before I went. Said, "Look, we rang the embassy," and they said, "You're more than welcome to come." And yeah, I just want Lebanon to be in peace. That's all. I know a lot of Lebs, and they've had it hard for a long time. It's going to be peace there, and it's going to boom. Instead of boom, it's going to be economic boom. Be tourism, there'll be medical stuff, there'll be agricultural tech, but all the hardcore national security stuff will be done in the United States. And the end of all this horrors, can you imagine? Like, I speak to a lot of Iraqis, not so many Syrians. I haven't met many Syrians at all, but Iraqis a lot, Afghanis a lot. And, the stories are horrific. You're not just got a loved one who's suddenly dead, you're picking up their body parts. Could you imagine picking up the body parts of your child? Man, UFOs. I don't know, but apparently no one knows anything about the drones all over Jersey. No one knows the thing somehow. Have you had people informing or advising Candace Owens? She mentioned Oleg Deripaska recently. Yeah. Oh, people are always, they watch my stuff. They know who I am. Please. Alex Jones knows me by name for years. Please, please. He's had people in his office, fucking walking around drunk like a maniac, off his head. He's off his head. Most days he's cleaned him. I see he's cleaned himself up a bit, lost some weight. I mean, it's when I call him a fat pig. I say that because the man is filthy rich. You're selling healthcare products and you look like a piece of shit. You're an alcoholic. He drinks like half a bottle minimum. And when I say minimum, I mean minimum vodka a day, plus all his Dexies, Adderall, and freaking methamphetamine. Seriously, he's got a liver the size of a house. I tell you, he'll live to 120. He'll never die. Did John McAfee really kill his neighbor? No, but one of his girlfriends did. I don't know whether he's under his orders, but he was a pain in the ass. But I liked him. I felt sorry for him. His life was hard, really hard. He was into all sorts of shit, all sorts of shit. But he had hepatitis C. He was an IV drug user. He used to inject 2-3 times a day, his meth, and then smoke pot to come down and balance out. And he was a federal informant for many years. He was in East Timor in the 90s. Saw a lot of horrible shit. Um, JS Curious, are you still taking supplements? Yes, I am. Got a great doctor, healthcare doctor, and I'm already living more openly. Where I live is on my Patreon. If you want to go have a look. And we're working with a doctor she does hormone. I'm on hormone replacement therapy, but I've got the implants, but I will come off. It's not there permanently. It's just to come off. And she really got me going good again. She's amazing. Mary's seen, we did some shoots, some photo shoots and some video stuff. She's so charismatic. And she's done work with Colombian Armed Forces, Special Forces, and the officer class because they're so stressed out to do with adrenal burnout stuff. And we want to make this place a place to come for alternative therapies, supplements. They do amazing tequila here. Everyone's homebrewing, beers, cervezas, vegetables. We're at 6,000 feet here. Solar is fantastic. It's one of the food regions. It's near Bernal. Bernal has the big, just like Close Encounters, the Devil's Tower. It has the big volcanic plug. There's all sorts of stuff here, indigenous sacred sites, and a whole lot of expats around the place. And yeah, I want to look. I'm healthcare, alternative healthcare. That's why I did nursing, prevention rather than cure. Gene Watson, nursing theorist, man. Fighting the medical mafia. That was my thing. Then I graduated and realized no one gave a shit, and you were just there to dispense pills. And the patients didn't care. Patients didn't want to be well. Hospitals were a place to go to be comforted, receive your nurturing you never got as a child, and then you would believe you were worthy. You were worthy because they were spending $1 million on you. So maybe you were, with a big machine. And healthcare is just a rot. It's like war. It's just a rot. Lifestyle diseases. Please approach days of no, Dr. D will take in. Yeah, all doing UFOs and flat Earth, are they? So no, John McAfee didn't, but his girlfriend did. Bonjour, Brandon. Bonjour. I haven't spoken to Patrick Berge in a long time. I got a bit angry at him, but only because he's smoking pot. He's got PTSD. He's not. Patrick Berge is not. Patrick looks like he's had high security. He's done all sorts of shit, and he's got major PTSD because that's what happens when you kill people. It's not fun. Take a human life, you're going to pay for that in the spiritual world. I'm telling you right now. But I will, if I saw him on the street, I'd be love to have a beer with him. I like him. I think he's done the world a very important service, and he's underrated, and people do not listen to him. And I wish he'd been more aggressive with people instead of being a pussy. But I think he's Gemini with Pisces moon. He's not quite aggressive, but I admire him too because in his early days he was doing political stuff, and I know he's real because he's just obscure and they fucked and he's scared. That's basically it. But Patrick Berge will always live in my heart. Good guy. I thank him for a lot of the stuff he's done. Yes, Alex Jones will live to 100. Yes. Have I talked with who? John McAfee. God, yeah, I talk with him for fucking month every day. He goes by the name Jeff Dahlgren, Dahlgren. He thinks he's very clever. It's like John, he's in silhouette on his Skype saying, John. I'd always call him John, not Jeff. John, stop. You can't mistake John McAfee when you're talking to him on Skype and he's in silhouette. He's in Phoenix, Arizona, with all his dogs are in the background. It's just that simple. But I felt bad for him. Look, he's a shit. He was laundering drug money with the freaking Russians and the Ukrainians. And I believe it's quite possible that McAfee did steal those hundreds of millions in Bitcoin from McAfee was definitely intimately involved in Silk Road, intimately, and was probably working with the FBI. So, but is he dead? Probably, but you know what? If he turned up in the Chilean Andes, nothing would surprise me. Look, he knows too many people, and there were rumors that he'd done a deal with the feds and given them a bunch of the Bitcoin back, and it wouldn't surprise me. But is he dead? He's probably dead. But whatever he is, he knew everything. That's what shut me off about him. He knew everything and more. Never heard him speak about it. Never publicly. DMSO, McCullough. Oh, yeah, that DMSO. Yeah. Cognitive dissonance. They're all good. Dimethyl sulfoxide. Yeah. DMSO. I think I've got that stuff. Is that the blue stuff? The blue dye? I don't know. Yeah, Patrick is the real deal. He is. Jeffrey, I pray for peace and protection for as I know this burden task of knowing the truth waits heaven. You wear your deep debt of gratitude and for learning us up. Thanks, Jeffrey. I'm actually pretty good. The danger doesn't bother me. I'm not. I feel pretty fine now. I'm not fine, but fine enough. It's just I want my computer to work. Like I've just been sitting here thinking, is this going to keep working? It's like shit. It's keep working. Amazing. I really, I just want my computers to work, but I'm going to have to get an Apple. Simple. And I'm going to make a little video. And I hope the Apple freaks will get a hold of it and I can show all the hacking that's happened to me. And I'm just going to, how many days Windows free? How many days Microsoft free? And I'm going to show using DaVinci Resolve and just, or doing a bro chill with the cynicism you talk. I don't, look, dude, I don't know cognitive what they're doing. I just, I do appreciate stuff, but I've just, everyone that contacts me is a white nationalist, neo-Nazi, national socialists, flat earth. I look, they've got flat earth. They love Nick, whatever. Everybody, everybody. It's never not been like that. That's why. Who can say, stepdom? Who can say? Yeah, I don't know. Don't know. Where have they got me now? Where am I? No, I'm still in California, server. Yeah, methylene blue. That definitely does work a bit. Yeah. Look, it's like, I work with a surgeon and he did brain tumors. And I remember in the back of the 90s, 97, 98, he said, do not stand anywhere near a microwave. When your kids or people put stuff in, they stand in the microwave. So you've got to stay away from it. He said, back then, we know mobile phones are dangerous. We said, we know. I remember they did a big study in Australia in 1999, 1997. When was it? 1996. Telstra, the big, the big like a big telecommunications company, government run, ASIA, or Defence Signals Directorate, Australian Signals Directorate, they call them now, in Pine Gap. And there was a big hoo-ha, and then they just shut up. And we heard that a friend said, no, you're never seeing it. They've just, because they know their mobile phones are bad. Then they say, well, they're better now. They're more directional, but you don't put a mobile phone near your head. You try and all my wireless run via cables. I use these. Just plug that in. Oh, if I look away, will it focus? Is it focusing? Nope. I don't know if you can see. And then you can just plug the local area network cable in there and then plug that into your phone or your tablet or whatever. And then on this one, I run the local area network cable to the extender. I just don't want wireless anywhere near my head. No way. Is AMD going to stick the next gen UV? I don't know. Apparently, Intel have got their so DARPA's just dropped off a pile of tech to Intel, and Intel will be back, no doubt. But yeah, under any other normal circumstances, they would be broke and broken up like IBM. But IBM's still there doing different stuff. But yeah, apparently they've got their new tech. DARPA handed it over, and yeah, they want look. It's all artificial. Remember Apple and good old Jobs um, set up the Macintosh people and the Apple people and set them against each other because he said he set up competition to make it go, and that's partly why Steve Wozniak left. He was sick of it because he just wanted to get along. I really liked Wozniak, and he was just tired of it. But he's using mind control, man. Steve Jobs was an asshole, but I like the fact that he refused to take part. He was the only one who refused to take part in the organized NSO stuff, and then he got pancreatic cancer. There you go. Have you met Connect? George Webb is so full of crap. Please, no, Jeffrey Jones. George Webb is so full of bullshit. He knows who I am. He said, I don't think Brendan likes me. Why don't I like you, George? It's not your real name. George's real name is Heggs something. Do you want me to get up Jason Goodman's legal paperwork? Do you know that George Webb's brother is in military intelligence? George Webb leads people down garden paths and does. If George Webb was real, he knows all my stuff. He would simply mimic, hey, my God, Brandon, you remember the old days where everyone talked to each other even if you didn't like you? I only get angry when people are bullshit artists. It's very simple. Zohar Zisapel, Yohud Zisapel, the brothers, Rad Group, 27 different companies, and they are running banking, finance, ATMs, databases of every kind, critical infrastructure, electrical grids, security for like nuclear power plants, routers in like VPN companies and protecting big top Fortune 500 companies. One company out of Israel. And we couldn't get anyone to say their name. Zohar Zisapel. That was a joke with Whitney Webb. Who is Zohar Zisapel, Whitney? Remember, Jaleel? We'll get her one day. Nope. Never saying his name. I just said, geez. Oh, okay. Put your palm. Otherwise, yeah, gotcha. Hey, Chris Callahan. Superintendent Callahan. Yeah, it's true. Won't let him near a wireless device. Yeah. Look, I'm actually not, people don't get, I'm a nice person. I really am. I'm friendly, I'm helpful. Yeah, and but I can't stand bullshit. It's like, dude, I'll give you one fucking chance to snap it and just tell the fucking truth. No way. I see my messy room. It's actually not that messy. Come on. I've got the thing for the curtain, and you'd think I could find a curtain. We're still looking for very thin, light curtains because they're very stiff and they reflect the sound back. So I have really enjoyed this. This was fun. Yes, I've forgotten his last name. Yeah, the Persian Telpiot program. Proud to be blocked by George Webb. Yeah, yeah, water agencies. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about that. Yeah, but water stuff like all the critical infrastructure, they're all Israeli. All the databases for state and federal agencies. Israeli, variant, converse. Oh, that, my God, something came up with converse synthesis, and now see, I've lost it all. They freaking F my computer, and I had to reinstall, and I've lost all that stuff I had collected. This is why I'm going insane. Converse synthesis came up. Do you remember when I ambushed that Jewish guy, Yitzhak, at the secret store? That was 2008, August 2008. That's how long we've been hitting the streets. That was when I spoke with Mike Delaney. Loved Mike Delaney, white nationalist, but a real one. Mike Delaney was brilliant, the original and best, missing links, and then he started loving Hitler. I was like, what the fuck happened, Mike? No, it's not true. I said, oh, dude, you've just screwed everything up. Whatever. And he told me to F off. He said, go and do your own thing. I had all these assholes. And I said, well, you're right. I need to start doing it. Now I've got people lecturing me on how it should be done. But who remembers Mike Delaney? See, that was when the white nationalists were real. You may not like their politics, but they were at least real. And Mike Delaney never wanted, kill the Jews. He was always smart, polite, got the buzz happening. It was brilliant. Yeah, look at him now. Kill the Jews. Blah. Nick Fuentes, little drug addict. Did you see his boyfriend? Nick Fuentes might be gay. Closet gay. Oh, really? I think all the gays know exactly what he is. Have you ever watched some of the gay channels where they laugh about him? It's just a joke. Trolling all this dumb MAGA. We've got to be traditional and find some traditional women while you got your mates' privates in your mouth. I mean, it's movie. Let's write the movie script, the script treatment. Seriously. The only thing that keeps me going is a sense of humor. Going, they don't have to make Will Farrell, what's his name, Zoolander, just a whole bunch of them. It's just a joke. Dear God. Uh, what about the Owan Bros and Debbie? Don't know those people. What's going on? I see you there, Ron. Where I had no idea he was Whitney's. What? He's Whitney's cousin? Is that true? Is he Whitney's cousin? Now, remember this? The great old man of 9/11, Daniel Hopsicker, God rest his soul, um, was exposing Whitney Webb in Mint Press News. Suddenly, he's hanging with George Webb by the ocean, and George is going, yeah, you share the same publisher, Daniel, and Whitney does some great work and blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting there going, really? So I download the video. All right, no problem. About a week later, I look at the video and all the sound's completely out of sync. The sound is completely out of sync. And there's other ones you can, I don't know if they're still up, but I think they might still be up, where he's talking with Daniel Hopsicker in the same setting, but it's a different video. So he's telling Daniel Hopsicker, Paint at Mint, with those articles Daniel Hopsicker was exposing Mint Press News as an intelligence outfit, Maha Warawech, or whatever his name is, and hanging with John Kerry and other people. And so he pulled them down, but one was still on. Anyway, he ended up putting them back up. I asked for a copy, and he sent me one. And we had a brief email exchange. Good guy, exposed, done a lot of hard yards work, and had a lot of problems in the end, I think. But anyway, lo and behold, that video disappears offline. I said, no worries, because I was doing an expose on Whitney Webb and thought, how interesting is this? George Webb talking to Daniel Hopsicker. And I go on to get my copy because I couldn't find it on my hard drive. I thought, where's it on my hard drive? Well, lucky I back it up in the cloud. So I go on my Mega account, right? I'm on my Mega account looking for it. And as I'm looking for it, the entire folder system, 1.8 terabytes of data, disappeared from underneath me and I couldn't get it back. And you will not find that video anywhere. George Webb telling Daniel Hopsicker to leave Whitney Webb alone because they shared the same publisher. So let's go back over here. Are you saying that cousins? Please send me the links. I've got to do a video on her, but I'm not ready. I can just feel it in my gut. Wait, Brendan, wait. She'll be back in London. I heard she moved to London. I don't know where the hell's now, but she broke up with the sperm donor for some reason. Amen. Merry Christmas, meaningful Christmas. They love to swallow the water of life. Wink, wink. Yes, they do, don't they? Wink, wink. Is he talking about the Destiny sex tape that came out over Thanksgiving? Yeah, but no, it's another one. It's another one to do with his cat boy and the big dildo because, Nick Fuentes is such a loving Christian. He likes to hang out with boys into young 14-year-old Japanese anime, from Australia, that Australian prostitute male. Paint it mint. Someone can. I love Destiny's leaked text message. Yeah, read the text messages and the Discord. And they loved his new butt plug. But they always, we were just trolling. We were just trolling. Yeah, they're always trolling. Yeah. His NSO group article is gone too. Really, really. I thought I heard it somewhere, but can't verify. Whitney has complained in 2020 about him saying that he doxed her father. He didn't dox her father. He simply stated that her father was a multi-zillionaire property lawyer who lived not too far away from the location of the original Muhammad Atta and the Venice Flying Circus in Sarasota, Florida. That's all he was saying. How's that doxing her father? She's a public figure. Now, if her father was a mechanic in Alabama, that would be different. He's a multi-zillionaire property lawyer with a strange resemblance to John Kerry, who attends Yale. And I just happened to say, hey, does he know Fred Smith? Skull and Bones boys. And Whitney Webb, the journalist, made up so much shit about me. It was ridiculous. She should be embarrassed. I got all that stuff saved. Don't worry about that. I got a lot of stuff. And Dr. Steve Pachenik links to her and all sorts of things. She's hanging Russell Brand. And when people complained about Russell Brand with what's his name, the Israeli guy, the humanist, she said, she didn't say, well, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. I'm not very happy about that I went on, but I wanted to get the message out. It's terrible that he's best friends with that bald Israeli guy that talks about, we all need to die and whatever. No, she said, I am not responsible for who Russell Brand was in next. I mean, she's on the ultimate Zionist, Glenn Beck, where he's literally got his tongue up her ass. It was creepy. I thought he was like, what do you call that out of Silence on the Lambs? Clarice. Ugh. And she gets on there. And when she was on Patrick Bet David, I thought, and she said, March 2023, finally she says, oh, I don't know if Putin's a good guy after all. Are you kidding me? She's a journalist? Oh, people work it out. Please, her and the last American vagabond praising China for fuck's sake. Multipolar world order, Primakov doctrine. Come on, Whitney. I thought you were a journalist. What a joke. This is not a small thing. And then lo and behold, she's on Patrick Bet David. I loved it. I don't mind Patrick Bet David. He can be really get straight to the point. No, who? And she actually says, Whitney, who are they? Who are they? And Whitney mumbles and says, the CIA, the Rockefellers. And finally, Patrick Bet David's Jewish offsider says, the Rothschilds. And Whitney gets, oh, yes, the Rothschilds. I mean, geez, come on. It wasn't a trick question, Whit. Jeez, I've got her books up there on my shelf behind me. I can't read them. It's rambling shit. She's just jumping from one set of stuff to the other. It's like the Warren Commission report, right? You just jump from one thing. And you're focused on Prince Andrew. Hey, Whitney, why don't we talk about Zohar Zisapel and his brother Yehud? Just that. Why don't we talk about where Intel's core research and development is, Whitney? Whitney, why don't we talk about where they core code Microsoft Windows? Could you simply imagine that driveling shit of 2 volumes of cut and paste? I got more out of James Bamford's books written in 2018 and 2008 where he exposes Anna Milchin. Milchin lives in fucking London now. He won't go near the US. James Bamford wrote more than her. I used to defend that little lying piece of shit. Far out. Just people just unbelievable. A billion people came after Hopsiker for that. Well, I guess when you work in a club, in the troll army, the same troll army that works for Putin, the same troll army that works for Musk. They said, but why was she? She didn't expose Israel. That was the point. Said Israel bad. We should break off all relations because Russia and China are moving in. Why Russia should take over Israel's defense from America. Hey, Whitney, how many times did Jaleel and the crew throw on your Twitter all of those articles? Gee, Israel to sign trade deal with Russia and Iran will follow. No, Whitney's not interested. Not interested. Fancy that. It was just destiny blowing someone. Well, that's the man. Yeah, Yoel Hariri. That's right. Yeah. Because they're always, that's who they employ. Do you know how many times I've been approached? Do you think I make this shit up? They approach everybody. And I'm telling you why. They love my Australian accent. I would appeal to a certain demographic and a certain audience. And these things are handled quietly, Brendan. Okay? They don't hate me. They don't want to kill me. These things are handled quietly. The economy, Brendan. It's a controlled release, Brendan. If only you knew. And it will come out one day. It's going to come out. It will come out. I just hope I'm still around to laugh about it. Vedmore is all right though. Oh, come on, chill. I love China. Poor China. Leave China alone. Oh my God. But please, is George Webb related to Whitney Webb? That would be, because Webb's not his real name. It's Schweingart or something, whatever it is. All right, we're about done. Yeah, I'll be like from Topia. And remember, George Kaiser over there in Oklahoma, and he's running banks. What's he running banks? They're laundering drug money. George Kaiser's bringing over Unit 8200 people. He's hanging with Obama. Obama loves him. It's Obama's number one bank. There's Elon Musk. See all the Musk brothers drug trafficking, for God's sake. Musk doesn't have any money. He literally has no cash. He doesn't have access to money. He's waiting to get his $50 billion pump and dump. He's never getting it. They've dumped him in some bullshit Doge, which is going to do absolutely nothing that's not already going to be done. And they're just shoving him there to get him away from Tesla and SpaceX. How do you think he's supposedly genius is running Tesla and SpaceX when he's all day at Mar-a-Lago annoying Trump? I mean, geez, work it out. All right, that's about it, I think. Winnie probably has the tism. Also, she told Jenny Vedmore that she stopped having emotions in college or something like that. Very sus. She loves Bitcoin. Yeah, she ran around promoting Bitcoin. Bitcoin freedom. No, Bitcoin's totally tracked and traced. Diamonds up your butt or your vagina are the way the pros transfer their money around the place. It's not Bitcoin. That's for suckers. That's enough, ladies and gents. Whitney Webb. Yeah, look, we'll get into it. Look, this has been fun. I had fun. Um, Ari Hoffman's still annoying you, Mary. Look, I'll get in the rhythm. It's been freaking pain the last week. Very dark night of the soulish. And then I went to do the video today and nothing would play. It just wouldn't play. Everything was loading. I'd load another video and it was go and it would buffer and then I'd press play and nothing would happen. I did a reinstall. Suddenly it works. What do you want me to do? Fuck, this shit goes on all the time. Apple it is. An apple a day keeps the Windows hacking tools away. The difference with the hacking tools with Windows is every man and his dog's got a Moshi given to his third cousin, Yehud, down at the local yeshiva. He's 12 years old and he's hacking your computer. So, what can I tell you? All right. Thank you, everyone. That was fun. I actually enjoyed that. Um, what's going with Mike Gill? No idea, but I hope he dies, the piece of garbage. Never have I hated anyone as much as Mike Gill. Never have I treated anyone with kid gloves and gone out on a limb for someone, and he absolutely betrayed people. That's what makes him angry. If we get $40,000 for that hot dog eating piece of garbage, why can't we fundraise so Lee can go full time and help Mary? You know. Anywho, Thank you, everyone. That was actually, I actually really enjoyed that. I was feeling a little down. So maybe we'll do it again just for sheer fun. Just for sheer fun. We'll stop now. God bless you. Have a good time. And I'll try to be nicer. Talk soon.